We are live. What's up, biatches? Welcome to the stream. We're still here. We're still alive. Still kicking. Back from vacay a little bit sooner than expected. So we had some fun 2K24 gameplay. We're gonna be tomfooling around with. We got Heather and Basement. JP's also coming in a sec. How's y'all's doing?
Much better now that we're not dealing with a screaming child.
Why? What did JP do now?
Wait till JP gets in. See how quick we are with that?
It's eerie.
Eerie.
We will have JP be playing a little bit of, I believe, his universe mode in just a moment. But in the meantime, while we wait, I'm going to be fooling around with my own 2K24. No HGGM mode this week. Next week, we'll be back with it. I wasn't expecting to come back from vacation today, so I'm like, nah, no plans. And yet here we are. Look, fucking lo and behold. I'm actually gonna search the community creations because there is a fucking shit ton to talk about in wrestling this week. Holy fuck.
We'll definitely get into that when we watch JP's Backlash pay-per-view. To address Alpha in the chat there, he said he finally saw Godzilla -1. What did you think of it? I still haven't seen it, and he's living in hell because he lives in a hot climate and the AC is fucked. So good luck, Alpha.
By the way, I'm just looking for something in the community creations, which is the big thing I'm sure we're going to be talking about ad nauseum.
Big things coming. What's up, Jurgen?
Are you done with this? Let me see.
The burper.
I'm never done with the birds.
Let's see if this works.
Stop.
I'm not doing much. I haven't touched it yet.
Put it in your mouth and hold it there.
Oh, well, okay.
Oh, God. You want to mute yourself there, JP?
Damn, they're fucking quick.
All right, it's in my mouth. What next?
Fucking.
Oh, God, I hate myself. Okay, I gotta say, she looked the creepiest.
Oh yeah. What's up, Jurgen and Alpha in the Chizette? Appreciate DL coming in. Yeah, no.
Nikki, what the fuck's her name again?
Nikki Cross.
Nicki Minaj?
No, not Nikki Minaj.
Anna. Look at this fat ass.
Fat ass. So that if that like happened during that promo, I just started playing Anna
God,
Conde. Turned around and started fucking smashing ass to the floor.
I would have fucking died, man.
Man, they're fucking quick to make this shit though. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
All right.
Is it good?
Huh?
That one looks pretty good.
I just downloaded this one. I want to see if I can
I'm
find.
watching the stream, so I'm in like the past. I'm living in the past, dog.
Here we go. Okay.
Octua?
What? Oh yeah, Octua. I said me and Basement were talking before you guys got on here, and I was like, oh, I don't want to be like everybody else and say, I don't want to give Triple H the whole Octua. And like Basement didn't react at first. He's like, I just caught that, you fucking disgusting pig.
Alpha
Theory here, if I start streaming from OBS now,
was it?
If you end streaming on your side with OBS, it'll still catch mine, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and that's the thought process we had. Meanwhile, like we're not trustworthy to think about anything together. I can tell you that.
Well, no. What I'll do is I'm gonna end my stream. Yeah, I end my stream on OBS only.
Yes.
Correct.
And then
yes.
I end the stream on YouTube manually.
Don't.
You can end yours, Connor. I'm live with JP's now.
Okay, I'm gonna be switching over. Oh God, no! I'm too high for this. No. Okay, BRB.
Just put this out there. A little masterpiece I've been working on.
A masterpiece you've been working on? Is that something I should be worried about?
Yeah. Oh, that's fucking that's gold, man. That's fucking gold.
Shall I watch stream now that our OBS has taken over?
It's not going to be anything bad.
Yeah, your OBS is on,
Yep.
Heather.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Uh-huh. I'm gonna leave that right there until he gets in here.
Yeah. Let's wait on that.
I can't honestly. I can't see CM Punk without seeing him now. It's he's same face structure. I'm telling you, it's uncanny.
No, he's talking about the vanilla one.
That should still be in the big freezer.
He's making it up, but he
Okay.
won't get the blue one.
All right, I'm gonna grab my drink in a second. Then I'll be right back. BRB.
But yeah, tonight JP is doing his universe mode, which apparently he's been playing on more than basement.
What?
What was the initial inspiration behind this mashup, shall we say?
Okay, every time I see JP, I think of CM Punk. He's got the same fucking face structure. I'm telling you, it's so similar. He's similar coloring in his beard hair. And there's this one picture of CM Punk when he came. It was at the when he was sitting on the table with McIntyre.
Okay.
When McIntyre won the championship, where he like does this laugh and clap and smile. I'm like, he's got JP's smile. He's fucking JP 2.0. I'm telling you.
Oh my god. That's fantastic.
He sent that picture of JP earlier. I'm like, yeah, let me just see how it matches up. I'll put him on his body, and it's just there.
He just shook his head. Oh my god. Hi chat. How are you doing tonight? I know I had to redo the card for him a little bit because he was changing things around while I was doing the thumbnail. And yeah, I don't remember what he had me put in.
I don't know either. All I know is Cody Rhodes and
Seth Rollins. Yes, that's the main event. All right.
Well, if I can get to sit down.
I'm getting there.
Well,
she's fine. All right.
Yeah.
Did someone say Huktui?
I know she's fine. Delaying the inevitable for 3 fucking hours. That's what she was fucking doing.
You're fine, Wendy.
No, you can sit there.
Okay.
Fucking kids.
There's Cindy on there.
So,
There's Cindy on
how's y'all doing?
Starting to fucking feel like Jim Cornette does about kids. Where
how does he feel about kids?
he fucking hates kids.
there. Can I just garbage?
Really?
He does.
Huh.
Well, I don't fucking hate him, but I just don't have love. There's no love.
So.
It is a shame because he's
So
such a
yes.
fucking...
So what we have tonight is Backlash, and we're kicking off the show with Roman Reigns versus Bobby Lashley for the undisputed WWE Championship.
This is
So, yeah.
not HGGM mode, just as a
Yeah,
reiteration.
this is not HGGM mode. Connor was on vacation, so I figured I would do something. Our main event is Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes for the last time for the
First time.
World Heavyweight Championship, unless Seth Rollins wins. If Seth Rollins wins, then that won't be the last time.
You might want to
Close this
Yeah.
here.
close the thing.
Do you want me to
Just
close
close
the
it.
stream?
That yes.
Close my
That's
eyes.
Discord. We're fine.
So
That wasn't that wasn't share screen to them. That was the picture that Basement made for you.
I sweated hours creating that masterpiece, and you just turned away. You just walked away.
Alt. Or actually shift if you just want to change the size of the box. Make sure it's highlighted.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should get that box bigger.
There you go.
Show the box.
Show me your big box. God, what's wrong with me?
Everything.
all right.
D,
So,
all the above.
For the second match is LA Knight versus Logan Paul for the United States Championship. And Rhea Ripley versus Carmella is a rivalry match. This feud has been going on for about 2 months now. And then Ivar and Eric take on the Creed brothers for the tag team titles. I only have one tag team title on my show.
Surprised you had any.
And then Charlotte Flair versus Asuka for the vacant Women's WWE Championship. And then Gunther versus Veer Mahan. It's a rivalry match. It's a rivalry that's been going on for
veer away from that one.
A couple of months. And then AJ Styles versus Randy Orton for the Intercontinental title. And then Cody Rhodes versus Seth freaking Rollins. That's actually supposed to be in a casket match.
Nice.
That.
Mr. Perfect.
But
he lives in a casket. Sorry, he doesn't live at all.
He's dead. I don't know why I sound like a fucking.
To
So
me.
those are our matches, and we're gonna kick off the show with Bobby Lashley versus Roman Reigns. For
Bitches.
the undisputed WWE Championship.
No, I'm good.
But what if I want to dispute it?
You can fucking just.
God, yeah.
All right, I fucking had it with people arguing with me today.
Let's talk about the undisputed championship.
And,
honestly, I didn't even think when I was speaking. I just said, "This is my problem."
That's the perfect place to be at the moment.
I was trying to get fucked up.
But the world keeps
But I
holding me
had
down.
a certain little somebody sitting next to me decide, hey, I got an idea. How about I just argue with you for 3 hours about taking a tooth out? It didn't hurt, did it?
Well, if it was going to be someone's
Didn't
kid, it would be
think so.
yours. Arguing with you for 3 hours, I can see that.
But
Yep.
she did.
Runs in the
3
family.
hours, man.
She's mini you. That's her tooth that you just threw.
Oh, I didn't throw it.
he can't handle the tooth.
Oh, by the way, she lost the tooth. He didn't.
I
There's
just
a
lost
story
it.
here behind this.
I don't know where
That's
it went.
not. He doesn't carry around kids' teeth for no reason.
No.
Or does he?
Now the Tooth Fairy will
The
never.
Tooth Fairy,
The
starring
Tooth Fairy already
JP.
knows. I already messaged Tooth Fairy.
Send her a DM.
I'll find it.
She's on the X
Tooth
now.
Don't worry about it.
Tooth Fairy is collecting funds for Maui.
She's on Grinder, which is a little concerning.
That's weird. Are you sure that's where?
Yes, because that's what I used to.
It's that Tooth Fairy from Family Guy.
I'll do anything for teeth.
yeah.
Right there.
Like a meth
Oh,
mouth
man.
motherfucker. So Alpha said the movie was decent. He didn't like the emotional Asian people in it. He didn't say that,
Emotional
but that's what I
Asian
interpreted.
people in what fucking movie are we
Yeah.
talking
In
about?
Godzilla.
It's under the tape, Dad.
Okay, my question is, what's with the minus one? What does that even point?
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
Give me a box office for this.
The undisputed WWE Universal Championship.
I have no idea why it's called
Father.
-1, to be honest with you.
Yeah, the other one was called Zero. So I don't know what the fuck's going on. That culture.
We're lower than 0.
Everything has to be math.
It's Asian.
This is Batman 2 + 1.
Divided by 3. $3 is fine.
It could be anywhere. Maybe it's back in your mouth. Magic tricks.
Son of a bitch.
Oh god, I feel like I've been just exploding with gas.
Well,
I have to find this too, or else you're gonna fucking cry about that.
I will. I certainly will.
Will you?
Maybe. Oh, someone already made a vinyl song called Hawk Tua.
I like this is the weirdest thing with like the internet, honestly. Like, yes, sometimes like things go viral, and I can kind of understand it. Then there's times where things go viral, and I'm just like, okay, I just don't get. I don't really get it.
What?
The Hawk girl.
Oh, hold on a second.
She went viral because she wants to stop on some knob.
Sorry, multitasking and rearranging while also taking a look at the screen too. So, a lot of shit going on in wrestling this week, huh?
Not enough for me.
Should have told me that before I decided to flip everything.
You probably shouldn't have flipped everything.
Well, how the fuck am I supposed to know? Look, fuckers. How in the fuck am I supposed to know? There's fucking guys all over this fucking goddamn office.
You knew what you were doing, you SOP.
Fucking Christ, man.
I just want to flip everything, whatever I want. I'm a professional flipper. Now I want to do flipper boxer with JPO.
So,
Bloodline is entering the ring.
I'm sorry.
Speaking of
It's
Bloodline,
okay. The Tooth Fairy knows. The Tooth Fairy will find it. That's what they do.
I've got GPS for teeth.
no, not for me.
I didn't get that far.
Well,
Because they told me they were live, so.
yeah.
It's okay,
I was trying to get it
guys.
switched over so that we could just get started or something.
So the Bloodline, we got a new Bloodline member on SmackDown tonight.
Jacob Fatu showed up. I don't get it.
Nick.
I don't know if I can.
So, I had a question for you guys, and I'm going to say it now, and I remembered, thank God, Connor. So, what I'm seeing is kind of like mirroring what I saw in AEW with, like, reveal after reveal after reveal. Like, WWE has gone through a lot of new people showing up.
Well,
Not only in
okay,
Raw and
well,
SmackDown, but NXT. But let me just finish the question. AEW did it right, and like let's just compare the way it was done between the two, because one was just like, by the way, tonight on Dynamite, this person's all elite. At least even if we know these guys are showing up, at least they're not fucking doing that.
This motherfucker?
I can tell you why both of those versions worked, specifically though.
Well,
Because-
I think one works to get a surge of viewership, but not long-term viewership, in all honesty. And the other one, when you don't need a surge of viewership because you're already on top, you can play that out over a longer period of time. That's my thought process.
No, you're right. They're in a sweet spot right now. So I was thinking more specifically in terms of those specific new, additions as far as the creative behind it. But if you're talking like just bigger picture, then yeah, I mean, this is kind of the beauty of it, is that like on one hand, like, and I know we keep giving good old Triple H the Hawk Tui, but it's a 1-2 punch of not only do we have a new creative direction, but a new business direction, because now WWE is under this like big corporate umbrella, and so it kind of gives them a little bit of, I don't want to say like let's face it, WWE's been on top for fucking ever, right? So it's not like they're like chasing ratings or shit like that. But
that's why I don't agree with the idea that they ever needed to do tonight you're gonna see John Cena or whatever. Like, what is the extra 150 or 100,000 people for one night in terms of like what they're actually making?
Right.
What is it worth kind of spoiling a surprise?
That's another big reason why the Netflix deal is such a big fucking deal, because it goes in tandem with that thought process.
I'd only have to imagine, like, if you have to tease big reveals and, like, not tease, just give them away before the show starts, you have to be, like, having a huge amount of pressure from the company that runs the channel that you're on.
Well, so okay, the Bloodline one is just a continuation off of like the next chapter of it, and and that's a little bit different than the Wyatt Six. I think they both serve different purposes too. Like if you talk, and I get where you're coming from as far as like they're introducing new talent, but they're doing it with thought behind it. Whereas AEW's, and I'm not saying there's no thought put into AEW's, but hear me out. AEW is more just like a and like this fucking marching band of people just coming out like out the door, out the door, out the door, out the door. Versus,
it just feels like whoever signed with the AEW isn't really signed with it. Like they're there, but they're also other places.
Yes.
Well, that's the other part of it too. So it doesn't it loses its like bang basically. It's the same reason we're like fucking Mercedes Moné. Like even if you liked her, it just felt like okay, cool, she's here now. Like it's definitely lost the luster of like who's jumping from WWE to AEW, especially with WWE's fucking business success lately. But the difference being is that with everybody they've debuted recently, and it's just the last couple of between the Bloodline and then the Wyatt Six, there's clear fucking long-term purpose with it.
I will say one thing, and this is where I'm not going to fuck this up to WWE today. The Jacob Fatu reveal was pretty lackluster, and it's because a reveal just happened on Monday, and before that we've had new members of the Bloodline show up, and like it's just and another one. They said the way it felt, which is unfortunate because he's actually pretty damn good.
They should have done the reveal.
Yes, and I agree with you 100%. Like if you want to make it be a bigger deal, it should have been at a pay-per-view. And not following a reveal that's going to overshadow it. This is where I'm like, they're doing this because they want to get to a booking decision later on. But I don't think they like.
So they want to get to a booking decision by Sunday.
Yeah, it's like I think the people that booked this part of the storyline and the people that are booking the Wyatt portion of the storyline did not converse because. You have that big reveal on Monday, and then you have that big reveal on Friday. It's obvious one is going to completely overshadow the other, and I would never book reveals on the same week. And not even that, you had some NXT like crossover things happening, so it's like it's all at the same time. And my question to Connor was before you guys got on here was like how you can't keep this up. So is it better to just like spread out what you have? I know you can't just keep people on roster without revealing them. But doing it all within like blowing your load in 1 week, it seems not the smartest decision.
I do agree with you. I feel like there might have been some sort of I don't know, maybe there was some sort of just other decision in terms of where it happened to fall that way, you know, where like
you hit the free camera, didn't you?
But like shit like that, where like maybe there's other behind the scenes factors that. That might have affected this change or whatever that we're not aware of. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying there might be other factors that might have.
I think they want to get to certain story beats. And they have to they've planned it out. It's just like it's one of those things where you unfortunately land like when we're doing HGM, you unfortunately land on a double booking. It's kind of in like the same world as that, like where things just happen to work out to get to this point at this point. Also with contract signings, there's so many different like balls in the air with wrestling in terms of signing people, when you're showing them what you want to do with them, when you want to get to a certain point in the storyline. So I can see that being the case. I still don't agree with it, and I think it was a mistake to showcase him on Friday. Even if it was the next Friday, it would have been better.
Now,
pay-per-view
I have another theory about this too, and this might be me reading way into shit, but they could have also done this on purpose because of what was supposedly rumored around as far as Jacob Fatu's involvement with the Bloodline, where it was pretty much confirmed that like he was going to WWE and like he was going to show up as part of this Bloodline angle. We didn't know how specifically yet. We knew he would be involved some way, shape, or form. But there was a rumor going around, or at least some rumblings of the concept that management was worried that if they debuted Jacob Fatu,
you're gonna want to turn down the game volume. Sorry to interrupt you, but the game volume is pretty much as loud as Connor was talking.
Woo!
Turn down the game volume. Or else you're not going to hear what we're saying.
I
That's all
can
I'm
hear
saying.
you just fine.
In Discord, yeah, but no.
It's JP. I mean, on the stream, the game volume is very loud on the stream. The cheering is as loud as
I
100.
turned it down, man.
What?
I just turned it down.
Go wipe off your
Okay.
face.
I don't know, you tell me. How is it now? I turned it halfway down.
Oh, it's good. It's good. It's good. Connor, go ahead. Sorry. I just wanna make sure
Shit.
people can
Trying to
hear
remember what I was saying. God damn it.
you. Jacob Fatu, his reveal.
Oh
on
yes,
Friday.
yes. Now I could be reading way too much into this, but there was rumblings that they were worried about when they debuted Jacob Fatu that it would take away from the momentum that they were trying to build with Solo being like the next big, breakout of the
guy personally, but
No. Well, yeah. Well, there was rumors that like they're worried like, oh, if Jacob Fatu shows up, he's gonna outshine Solo, and so they were trying to figure. They were like maybe being precautious about how they were gonna do it.
Turned Solo into like a businessman.
I'm guessing, but that maybe they did that on purpose this week to in support of that rumor, if that makes sense. Where it's like, hey, if we debut him the same week as the Wyatt Six, we can still interject him in the bloodline, but it won't be as big of a splash as we fear it could be. You know what I mean?
Terrible. I think it's terrible. I think you cutting off your nose to spite your face type of thing with that. If you do that.
Here's what we know. Let's reveal what we know. If you watch SmackDown tonight, two things happened with the bloodline. Solo Sikoa told Paul Heyman when he was going off for his match, he said Roman's not coming back. All right. The other thing is I don't think Solo Sikoa is the next big thing.
Oh, I completely agree with that.
He's a placeholder for Roman.
He is
really.
right now. No, he's the placeholder for The Rock.
Well, yeah, fine.
Not
He's
Roman
a placeholder for whoever's going to take that spot. The Rock, but The Rock will go away immediately after that, which is why I said Roman.
I think Rock will be around for a little bit. Thank you.
I don't know, man. Really? Because he's got so much else going on. I can never bet on The Rock being around for more than like a couple months, max.
I mean,
He might be holding the place as the head of the table for the bloodline for The Rock, because that's eventually where they're going to go with Roman versus The Rock.
well, because if you don't do some sort of self implosion, right? What do you do with the bloodline? Well, it's like, okay, the leader lost, and instead
they're
of
going to do what they did with the NWO. It's going to be NWO versus fucking Wolfpack.
I don't
Yeah,
think
but this is
it's going to
better.
go that far.
I think it's good, but this is better.
Well, it's more personal, which is good, and the people involved, like
Shiznit.
it will. It is a better storyline, but I think it's going to mirror the Splinter group.
Oh.
That is, he'll come back and he'll have a faction of his own.
I don't think they're going to. No.
You don't think Roman will have like the Usos in his corner
No,
or
JB
something
just
like
says
that?
no.
Sure.
The
It's going to be
Usos and Paul
Bloodline.
Heyman.
It's going to be.
They'll have another name for them to watch eventually.
I don't think they're going to be a thing. I think they're just going to go their separate way.
I could see it happening at like Survivor Series where they have the
Yes,
Bloodline
they have-
versus
it's gonna-
the old Bloodline
the
or whatever
only,
it was.
The only question is who is going to be the fourth person? The Bloodline has.
Oh, if I was okay. Sorry, you continue. I'm gonna give you my fantasy booking after this, and
The
we're all
Bloodline
gonna
has
groan.
their four. So is Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. That's those four. War Games is a 4-on-4. It is not 5-on-5. The Rock will not be. He'll be
in Roman's side until the end when he fucks him over.
Exactly.
That's my fantasy booking for it.
That's what I think should happen, but I've heard rumblings that it's going to be Sami Zayn.
Hey, honestly, right now, the way I look at it, Sami Zayn needs to be away from that. There's no
It would
need for
make
him to be involved.
infinitely
in
more
it.
sense that it was 4-on-4 with Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Solo against Roman, Rock, and the Usos.
Yes.
And that's where Rock turns on Roman.
Yes.
And reveals that he's actually the head of the table.
Yes.
And he joined
Yes.
Solo, and then they have a match. But then you still
It would
have that
be a-
splinter group that was only really established for the Survivor Series, so they might not go full Wolfpack with it, where they make merch.
Roman Reigns beat Bobby Lashley.
Oh, God.
And you're
Yeah.
ahead of me, future.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
Roman Reigns beat Bobby Lashley.
You guys
should
can't
happen.
see the stream?
It's not shared with us.
No.
Let me do that. I apologize. I thought it was.
What's up, Zach Sawyer? Sawyer.
All right, let me get this bimbo. There we go, there. All right.
Oh, I'm
No.
sorry. No, I'm sorry. I hit the wrong. Look, I'm trying to get fucked up. Right?
Anywho, all right, we're good. The Wyatt Six showed up this week.
I got so many things to say about this, but I will not speak first. Someone else go.
Are we doing a show on Sunday?
I don't know. Who cares? Whatever. We can talk about it now.
Fuck it.
Might as well. I mean, we're all here.
It's about as clairvoyant as you're gonna get me right now.
Maybe
so-
we'll do HGGM on Sunday if you guys are up for it.
We can.
Jeez. We can do that. Yes, we can.
You know.
There we go. So Sunday, instead of No Bucks Given, we'll do a special of.
HG
No,
Dub.
our actual HGGM mode that we would have done this Friday.
Right.
If you guys want to do it on
Hey,
Sunday,
I-
I'm down for that. We don't miss a week then.
I am muted in the share screen, so right because I can't hear anything on there. Not through you.
You don't have to you can right click the share screen and say don't watch or something along those lines.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it just turns it off
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah, so we can still see it.
Show
Um,
non-video participants. Show my screen share. And
Yeah,
report-
click that one. Show my screen share. It'll turn it off for
Yes,
you.
sir.
but not for us. Shimmer.
Mm,
Show my screen.
sure.
Shimmer, Dana. Sure, my dick.
There you go. Perfect. You got it. You're good.
You're simply.
So,
All right, hold on. Let's get to that. So let's move on, and then I'll get to it. We'll get back to that. LA Knight versus Logan Paul for the United States Championship.
again, this is JP's universe mode, folks, not HJJM's.
No, I guess we're gonna do HGGM on Sunday.
That's the plan now. We'll see.
Yeah.
Samantha Irvin. Ricochet can't leave her alone in WWE. She's gonna get gangbanged.
Okay. So let's go ahead and discuss. You want to discuss the Wyatt Six?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm in. Okay. Quick thing. I'm in the same position I was with the Fiend mentally when that debuted.
Okay.
That's all I'll say.
I like this and I didn't like this, but go ahead. I liked it more than I didn't. But I'll explain why. I know Connor has some things to say because he brought it up.
I'll let you guys go first so I can gather all my thoughts.
Well, I liked it for what it gave us. It gave us an extent because we really didn't. Here's the thing. I don't think we really got what we were gonna get with Bray Wyatt. Having watched the documentary, I like where they could go with it. With how they ended that documentary, I think it's going to be more along the lines of a cult kind of thing, which is why I like it, because you can tell that it's not Uncle Howdy dressed up with the full mask. It's actually, you can see. What is going to be so good about this is Bo Dallas, with the way he fucking smiles. You remember when he was doing the
Believe.
Believe? The
Yeah.
creepy ass fucking smile that this guy does.
No shit, he's his brother,
it's
but like fucking, he looks.
psychotic.
Yeah. I mean, no shit, he's Bray's
love
brother,
his
but like, fuck.
facials, and that's why I don't think it's going to be like The Fiend. Now, where I didn't like it is the backstage stuff. What are they doing? What is their purpose? I would have much rather, and we talked about this, I would have much rather, Connor and I had this conversation last week. I would much rather, or it was I want to say it was last week, right? Because we talked about this when I was in Seattle. Correct?
Mhm. I believe so.
I forgot what I was going to say. Because Connor knows what I was going to say, so I'll let him talk about that, what we talked about. I just don't like the fact that, and it was hard not to like this, I just didn't like the backstage stuff. What, Chad Gable got shot in the head? That's where it's like, okay, that was a little bit much. I'm like, okay, so Chad Gable is now dead, right? And fucking Braun Strowman it was confirmed that Braun Strowman wasn't a part of that, which makes me think that he's a part of the Wyatt Six. But I think that, but that's right. I mean, think about it. Chad
No,
Gable has a bullet
he
in
was
his fucking head.
Strowman was attacked. He was one of the victims. If you look through the camera footage.
No, he
I
confirmed
think-
that it wasn't him.
No, he was one of the victims.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember seeing him on there,
He
but I
said
only
he
saw
was
one.
not attacked by them. He confirmed.
But here, I don't think they like.
get what
The
you're
weird part
saying.
is, I don't know if they were meant to like. They didn't want to really focus on who's who of the victims. I don't think in this
The
thing.
one they did.
They
The
just
one.
wanted bodies there.
Because I think he's going to be the first one they go after.
Who?
No.
Gable?
Yeah.
I think my sentiment,
I agree,
JP's sentiment, is kind of the same with. This is like a bit slightly further than you can push current day wrestling in terms of like fantastical shit.
Right.
It's like the backstage segment. So they literally went in there and killed everybody.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what they were showing, but nobody's dead. So they just beat them up and smeared blood all over the wall.
Where's Triple H and all this? Was he just
So,
sitting out
yeah, he's
the side
dead too.
going,
After
"Holy
Drew."
Shit.
He's dead as well.
Like,
Like,
Drew McIntyre.
it's just the way that it was presented, and I get why they wanted to go like balls to the wall with it, but at the same time, it's like, how do you follow this up logically? Because you can't. And when they're finally presented as a group, outside of like, they just have to destroy everybody. Because if you don't do that, they're gonna lose momentum real quick. Like, you can't, like, so many times in the past, and I know it's the Triple H era, but how many times have we seen these groupings in the past that were like, it's very NXT, this grouping, very much like, what was the one with
Sanity.
Yeah, Sanity, very Sanity, right? A huge, great, when Sanity debuted, everyone went crazy. Oh god, so stupid. No pun intended. When Sanity, but like, everybody loved the debut of Sanity, right?
I did
then
not
they
catch
just-
that, by the way, and I love how that you hated yourself instantly for it.
Yeah, like, oh god, they just
Heather-
fell flat.
Heather
They fell
is-
flat
Heather
after
is-
that, right?
Heather is fucked up right now.
I
Good.
needed to get there because of dealing with that.
Alright,
I'm there.
But
I'm
I'm with you, JP. I like it, but I worry like I did with the Fiend, and the Fiend is like everything that happened after the Fiend's debut. Fucking, just I have no faith. I have no faith,
so
even though it's Triple H. I have my like.
that's
I don't
another
think they're
reason
going
why
to deliver.
I have a little bit of faith.
I don't think they'll deliver on the presentation that they did on Monday, because that was like a huge statement. If they don't
was.
follow it up with another huge statement, or if
I hope they
the
do.
team doesn't do anything, you also have to think about like the people they have involved in this team. All of them have been like, for the most part,
Jobbers?
yeah, or like mid card people. So you're gonna have to have a huge stepping up moment.
I think
And
Bo
not just
Dallas-
these guys.
With Bo Dallas, I think I don't know, man. I will disagree that I think Bo Dallas.
I see hope in Bo Dallas.
Taylor
The rest, I don't
Rotunda. I can totally buy. Triple H had him as the NXT champion at one
But
point.
if we have it where they come out and there's just a guy with a hammer and he's like molesting the hammer slowly, I'm gonna be like, okay, well this is okay. He's menacing, looking in the corner. I'm like, how many times have we seen this fucking shit?
Yeah,
Like-
I hear you. I
know,
hear
what hammers
you,
are you
but
watching?
I don't think it is the aspect that you think. I think it's going to be a paranormal thing that they tried turning the Fiend into.
So like the transfer from what we saw to in-ring wrestling will be the hardest thing that they do.
Absolutely.
Because it was the same problem with the Fiend, right? Everything was good until the wrestling happened.
Here's where I say you have to suspend disbelief in the fact that yes,
I get that, but there's a line,
I don't.
right?
No.
This is why the Fiend failed.
So the way
Because there was a
I get
line.
what you're saying, the way Triple H views it, and I kind of do agree with him. Is like, guys, look, you realize we're doing entertainment, right? I understand that these people were jobbers. I'm not saying I'm gonna fucking have these guys be the.
Lucha Underground was like
There's
filled
gonna
with
be
this
no
shit.
Roman Reigns in this group.
But Lucha Underground was filled with this shit, so I get like what they're trying to do, and I like it. But I am like, the execution is going to be everything.
PTSD.
Yeah, pretty much from everything they've done in the past. That I'm like, oh, this is a cool angle. I like what they're doing, and it's terrible.
I'm gonna give it a chance.
Oh, definitely. I thought it was like really.
When they
cool,
had
man.
Bray Wyatt debut the first time, I was okay with it, and then they took it to the. Vince,
We all were, and then it went
Vince
bad.
took it to the right. He's like, you know what? We should do another version of the fucking Fiend that looks like a fucking Predator.
Let's have maggots in the ring. Let's have a red fucking Hell in a Cell. Everything needs to be gimmicked to the extreme.
Yeah,
If they don't gimmick it to the extreme, I can get behind it.
Triple H is different. I
Good
have
shit.
not seen him.
Yeah. We'll finally get to see one of his pet projects that is weird, that doesn't get squashed by the main roster. Because
Correct,
every
right.
single one of them in the past has been.
Go ahead, Connor. I know Heather has something she wants to say because she watched it.
Oh no, I'll let
We haven't even
Heather go
talked
No,
first.
go ahead, Connor. You go first.
No, I'm good. I have no problem waiting. I want Heather to go first.
Well, what I had said in our chat is the only thing different I would have done with their debut was space out the attacks, and then just at the end of the show have just a pile of the bodies in the ring with them surrounding it as your debut. Forget the fucking door.
I think the door represents something, though.
Yeah, I like it. I like, on a scale of 1 to 10, I thought the debut was a fucking 9. Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
it's just I'm so like apprehensive.
Oh shit, Logan Paul, no! Logan Paul, you fuck! You fuck! You dirty American!
Should have hanging Asian in the forest match.
So Logan Paul retains the United States Championship.
Boo. I'm gonna be flat out honest and say this is definitely one of the top 5 coolest fucking things I've seen in wrestling.
I think Bray Wyatt's second return was better than this.
It's his second return. What, with the Firefly Funhouse?
I think most of what Bray Wyatt
No,
did
after.
is
When
better
he
than
came
the.
back,
Just before he died.
Just before he died.
Well, I trusted Bray Wyatt more than I trust anybody in this group in terms of like.
But I will tell you this, and it's been said that Wyndham Bray said, if anything ever happens to me, I trust my brother Taylor to run. These two are of two minds. If you go, this is why you kind of need to watch the documentary, because you get an understanding of why he's continuing. Because Taylor and Bray are actually kind of the same fucking mind. Why Vince didn't see it from the beginning, I don't fucking know. But
Well,
imagine
one thing
if,
I'm hoping is there's
I
some
was
there's some
gonna get there, yeah.
restraint on because Bray Wyatt, like I made this comparison before. He reminded me of Taika Waititi. When there's constraint and there's direction, he's great. When it's just Bray Wyatt going wild, it's
Not so much.
directionless.
Yeah.
so Triple
It's
H,
directionless.
Triple H was reigning. I mean, he did say in the press conference that yes, Bray Wyatt is very creative and we have to rein him in at times. But I will listen to
aim him
I
at
will
something.
listen to. This is something with Vince that never did. Triple H does. I will listen. He'll listen to what anybody has. Any idea?
Looks nothing like Rhea Ripley.
Right.
Rhea
Rocky, for fuck's sakes.
I think
Does she
the
not
Rhea
look like
Ripley.
Sylvester Stallone?
Yeah.
Yes, kinda. I think Triple H will be fine with it, but I'm gonna let Connor finish.
Disrespect my surroundings.
Yeah,
And that's what you start with.
I'm within the judgment day. All right. I will make no bones about it. That I thought it was one of the top 10 coolest fucking things I've seen in wrestling. There's a lot to take into it. I think that to the point about Bo, I'm very happy that this is happening for the chance of, if for nothing else, to explore the side of Taylor, Bo Dallas, Taylor Rotunda, that he gets a chance to, like, even if he's not doing this for the spotlight. 1000% we know that, even though he's going to be heavily pushed to him.
Eventually, it'll be a huge push for him. Dexter Loomis as well. Another guy.
Yeah. I have the same reservations as Basement does, because that's literally one of the first things I said was, I really hope they don't fuck this up. Now we were talking a little bit about this, me and Basement, before we got on here, was
Wiggle.
was the I can't take my eyes off it.
Jesus, snake made of plastic.
Was we're like, please don't fuck this up. And realistically, I would, again, given the current track record right now going strong, there's hope and optimism there. But also, basically, there is PTSD, because Bray Wyatt had legitimately 2 incredible gimmicks back to back, which is hard to fucking pull off.
It's not just that. Remember the fucking Undertaker era when he was part of the fucking
Ministry of Doom?
Ministry of Darkness, like that.
Sorry.
Like that, like they have never successfully pulled off this angle.
No.
Which is my worry.
And then to follow up with that, it's a tall glass, right? But I think that there's excuse me. I think that more so now than ever, the way that WWE has changed so much and how much there's thought put into, even before the fucking QR codes and shit happening, like just with the little attention to detail with the way they're handling the writing, you'd have to think that and I do agree with JP that, like, basically Bo Dallas is a fucking clone of Bray Wyatt in terms of his mind, that if they're able to channel and funnel that, and there's clearly a lot of thought and detailed thought into this process.
Yeah,
that I'm optimistic.
Right, and that was my point with if Bo Dallas and Bray Wyatt were under the understanding that they had creative freedom, but if it got too crazy, Triple H did say he was going to step in and say, "Hey, we can't go this way because now you're taking it to."
I guess like
does it need to go?
My apprehension also stems from the fact that Bray Wyatt couldn't even really do it.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, this is going to be something that has not been... If they succeed, I don't think Bray Wyatt, for every time he got a push, he fell to the side. Like, I think there's, like... And even when, like, because eventually every fucking thing he did, it started becoming meandering. They overdid it. Like, the Firefly Funhouse, the guy was on fucking TV 7 times a night on a Raw.
Yeah.
Like, every time they go back to the Firefly Funhouse.
I was about to say that's kind
blame,
of my only exception.
yeah, I'm not going to put the blame on Bray Wyatt exactly, but some of it, yes. Because you can he can, like, I'm a good example. You can fucking speak forever and say nothing. Like Bray Wyatt, it gets that going sometimes. So this is gonna have to be a feat that I have yet to have seen in wrestling them accomplish. Yes, are they up to the task? Yes, I hope they actually do it because it'd be nice to see. Now I got a question for you guys because this is gonna be one of the toughest fucking things. How would you book them moving forward?
I would not have them go anywhere near a title.
I think we can all
Agreed.
agree there. 100%. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just keep them away from the title. They can always be a threat to it. But
the lurking shadows that can strike at any moment.
yeah, but I don't think they need. I don't even think them being in a tag team match in a tag team title match. They would lose because they're fucking crazy. They're portraying that they're crazy.
And they'll get
crazy
themselves
cult.
disqualified.
And they'll figure out, they're going to figure out that, we win. You get what I'm trying to say.
The thing is, though, they can't be purposeless for forever.
No.
So you have to come up with, like, some alternative purpose that is interesting enough for people to buy into. If it's not, like, World Championship gold, you need...
There's a theory going around about that.
Okay. Well, please explain.
Now, this might be incorrect because JP just mentioned to me beforehand earlier about Braun Strowman not being a victim. So take this with the asterisk of that factoid, but there was somebody who had noted that if you combed through the victims or the bodies that were laid out during the attack, or after the attack rather, it was like Seth Rollins, Carmelo Hayes, we thought Braun Strowman, Gunter, and then of course the most obvious one is everyone's favorite El Bag. The theme being that every single one of them betrayed their family, which is what the messages have been about leading up to the debut of this. Because obviously, ladies and gentlemen, this thing is fucking
with Roman Reigns.
Really deep, really deep Easter eggy shit. But I think that's what if you look at it, like the messages or the theory is that like it was calculated attacks because they were going after people who had, like, in their eyes betrayed their families because they're a family and blah, 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 part of the cards, etc. But I think Chad Gable, JP I think alluded to this earlier. I think Chad Gable is their first major opponent.
They really focused on him at the end.
Yeah.
They've not only focused.
They did it tonight too.
I was about to say they not only did it obviously during Raw during the whole fucking segment, but during SmackDown, Adam Pearce did an announcement about reiterating that Chad Gable is cleared, and specifically when they mentioned Gable a couple times, they got like the little like warped, distorted video with the QR codes before. It would also make sense because it looks like they were just like, Alpha Academy is done, Chad Gable's done. He's no more Alpha Academy, no more IC title. So it's like, shit, like in theory, he's got nothing else going on right now. So let's fucking shoot him in the head.
They're all dead.
Well, I feel like if you do want to go down that route, it's pretty ripe for the picking in terms of like people that are fucking backstabbing their crew. It's gonna happen with Judgment Day, and they'll have enough like ammunition to go for a while. Eventually, I'm assuming what the plan is, potentially have Uncle Howdy in a match probably at WrestleMania and not before that. Have like the minions do the work for him. Do you see, and I don't know his contract status, but I saw a lot of things on Twitter about Aleister Black leaving AEW. Do you see that guy being involved in this group?
So you want what's funny? I was thinking about this earlier. First of all, I would love to see Aleister Black back in WWE, just in general. I think he's a phenomenal talent. Like, the fuck are they doing with him in AEW? To be honest with you, as much as it would be kind of cool to see this, I would actually.
With Edge. But guess what? He's fucking hurt.
I would.
You don't want to see anybody that has a higher upside than Bo Dallas. To be honest, because
what I was gonna say was I would keep Aleister Black as far away from this gimmick as possible. For now, because there's a
are the right people.
No, what I was saying was like I wouldn't put Aleister Black. I would have him as an antagonist to either Uncle Howdy or the group or whatever the way you have it. But if they're on Raw, I want Aleister Black on SmackDown. I want
Also,
them like
to say,
completely
like,
apart.
This entire gimmick is exactly what the fans wanted from Bray Wyatt before it became the Fiend. Like they were talking about like Sister Abigail, and who should be Sister Abigail, and fucking 90% of the fans were like, "Oh, yeah, Nikki Ash, she's perfect. She's gonna be Sister Abigail when she comes up to the main roster." Nope. I'm pretty sure like Triple H is like, I gotta make amends.
Well, I think
Yeah.
Triple H had an idea. There's a reason why, and I think Vince did this backstage to Triple H. He's like, "Give me
Killer
this,"
dream.
and Triple H has had this. He had to have had discussions. This is just me spitballing here. Hey Vince, why didn't you bring her up and make her Sister Abigail? I mean, it makes sense.
I just
right?
feel a bugger shit in the face.
If you want a 5 minute or 5 to 10 minute, I don't know how fucking long the segment was. I think it was like 5 minutes.
Mhm.
Like a chunk of explaining like, hey, this is a physical manifestation of all the changes that have been made in WWE. There you go. In terms of the creative.
And I
So
figured out why they really don't do the NXT call-ups anymore. It's because they have a show on USA, so everybody.
they're just treating it as like a third roster, honestly, and like it's like there's movement between the rosters.
Yeah.
That's why it's not such a big deal when somebody goes to Raw or SmackDown. You've already seen them on primetime TV or whatever.
Yeah.
The question I have about the Wyatt Six, you can do the creepy thing for so long, but eventually you do have to like. There has to be that transitional point into wrestling. It happened with The Undertaker. It'll have to happen with everybody. You can still keep like some version of creepy, but it's a balancing act. It's
I think there's a way to do it. I think that if you do it in the same vein of honestly, and this is gonna sound like kind of, it might get an eye roll for this, but like we talking like the original Wyatt family where you get like a Hills Have Eyes kind of vibe.
I don't think you're gonna get that with them.
It's hard to tell right now.
Works with the aesthetic of the original Wyatt family, the best version of the Wyatts, in my opinion.
Agreed.
And it went by too quick. Oh my god, this is gonna count out, isn't it?
As long as we do not get their transformation to be from what they are now to basically the cocaine and meth-headed out fucking teenagers in RoboCop, I'm good.
All I'm seeing is Slipknot, which is a problem.
Well, I can see from what I can see, I think it's safe to say that Joe. I was gonna say Joe Gacy.
Didn't have a long run.
I say Joe Gacy, Dexter Lumis, and Eric Rowan will probably have to wrestle out of their masks. Well, maybe not Rowan. Rowan might be able to get. Well, no.
Also, like honestly, me personally, nothing against Eric Rowan, but as a wrestler, I'm opting out.
I'm not there to see a singles Eric Rowan match. No disrespect to the man,
Look,
but
I
I know
Eric
he's a
Rowan,
mechanic.
I think Eric Rowan, he's never going to be a champion, basement.
Right.
Get that out of your
No,
head.
I'm also okay with like never seeing him wrestle,
Yeah.
champion or not.
I don't want to see him.
I don't hate him or anything, but he is very, very vanilla.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus fucking Christ, not everybody can do what fucking AJ Styles and Kurt Angle can do. I mean, goddamn. Man. Just saying.
I know, but I'm not comparing him to those people.
No.
But I
Like,
can see him being
that's
there to
my
be a
point.
mechanic on the card or a mechanic for like.
He's the muscle that's there to look strong behind the guys. He's tall,
Yeah,
he's big,
which is
right?
fine. Yeah.
And he's got a
played
big beard.
that character pretty well, though. I mean,
But we've seen that character. We've seen the exact same character he is right now.
What do you
so
want
far.
him? What do you want him to fucking show up like? Fucking goddamn.
I'm just saying, okay, so
Fucking Jack in
there's
the
gonna be no-
Box, fucking bouncing off the fucking walls.
he's
going,
gonna be the
"You,
same
you."
character. He's gonna be the same character he was before. Fine.
Okay.
So let me
But
put
it's
it this
still,
way.
then it's for me. It's like a knock against the group because you got one other person that's just there for aesthetics, can't do anything.
Well, I disagree because I could see this as a kind of
Remember the spider?
a what?
Remember the spider? That's all.
Oh God, yeah, fucking shit! I forgot about the fucking spider. I see this as kind of like a situation of like we need. I shouldn't say need, but it would be preferred if we had some sort of big muscle in the group, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, why not Rowan? It's not only it would kind of like fit in with the aesthetic of like him being part of this
And he's
group.
got the history with them. It works.
It's got the history. Plus, it could also be like maybe a thank you to him to like, or him. It's a tribute.
It's so high risk, high reward with this group. I don't know how else to put it because it's a bunch of people that like had modest success in different areas, and none really super successful, and with a push to the moon. That promo is a push to the moon.
Yeah.
By the way,
like-
the I know JP said that he didn't like the backstage part.
I like the
Let me
backstage part a lot.
I was gonna say, let me just say this. When I say that this whole segment is a physical manifestation of like Triple H's like now run in WWE as far as the creative,
backstage.
it's very great. I can't remember seeing anything like this in the sense of like not just the act itself, but the presentation, the how there was so much simplicity in that segment, right? As long as it fucking was a little bit drawn out, there was so much simplicity in that really made it like stand out to me in terms of like just playing the piano chord the whole time.
Hold on a
The
second.
camera work is
Can
the
I
unsung
stop you
hero.
for a
of the
I was about to
WWE.
say the
Hey,
camera work
hey.
too.
Can we stop you
Whoa,
for a
whoa.
second?
The game
I
has
guess,
glitched.
yeah.
Look at who the Creed brothers come out with.
They come in with Valhalla.
Yeah.
Yes.
They turned her into one of those. No, Ivy Niles there.
And Ivy
fuck's
Nile came out
Ivy
with the
Nile,
the
yeah.
Viking Raiders.
Did you guys assign the wrong person to the wrong team?
Had to have. Hold on. I can't. I don't know if I can.
You got
Whatever.
you'd have to
Storytelling.
delete everything.
They're gonna turn,
Hold on.
they're gonna turn on each other.
But
That's fucking
no,
funny.
I love the camera angles. I thought the camera stuff
Honestly,
going into it.
It's
I
been
think-
a huge bonus in the last like half a year.
And-
for wrestling.
And oh god, yeah, it's one of my favorite things about Raw.
Well, it's like, look where
um,
you can improve things. And even in the Iron Claw, if you saw it, it's like camera angles. Nobody gives a shit about camera angles. I'm like, I don't know.
I disagree. POV. So
No, I don't want that though.
so no. The camera angle was a big part of it, but just like again, the whole
I know you
the
have it
whole
right.
aesthetic.
Oh,
That right.
The game fucked it. All right, well, if it happens, it happens. Whatever.
Okay.
we'll do it
I
live.
was gonna say because I can fix it. Go ahead. That's
Not anymore. You can't.
Yeah, I can.
But the game. What the game? You have it
I
right.
can't.
There's
The
nothing
other
to
thing that
fix. It's right.
No, I know it. I said.
Oh, they're flipping it on you. See?
The game is
Yeah.
glitching on us.
or it's part of the storyline. Anyway,
Yeah. Oh, it
um,
could be part of the storyline.
it could be storyline. The whole presentation was unique, and the other thing that I really like
You're
about it
never
is that
fine.
it's very different in the sense of again something different and unique. Not only do you have the camera angles, but I'll just say this right here right now. Generally speaking, before knowing what was going to happen, we all knew that the Wyatt Six were going to show up. Generally speaking, what do you guys think was going to happen? What do you think they would have done?
Chaos,
I-
Mayhem, and Carnage.
I think that they showed it, but I would have showed them.
Beating them up? You think? No.
Well,
I think
that's
this is perfect.
that's
No, I didn't say anything. Let me finish. I have to think about how I'm gonna say this. Like kidnapping them, but not seeing them kidnap, like Seth Rollins and.
I could get behind that angle.
Drew McIntyre and whoever, even though Drew McIntyre walked off the show, which was great. I fucking
You know what
loved
would
that.
be cool? You know what would be cool, JP, to what you're saying? Is like, oh, we're here to interview whoever, and nobody shows up. Oh, they have a match against this person, and nobody shows up.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, people are just fucking missing from the show, and they're like, what the
Yes.
fuck's going on here? And then you might cut to black, and you might see all the people that
then-
were supposed to be involved in the show, as like Heather said, as bodies in the ring, and them posing on the outside.
But
It's
but
different.
you
I don't know if it's
also-
better.
and then- see, this is why Damian Priest sucks that they have the title on here, because they could have fucking brought somebody out, babyface out, and done the whole, all right, I'm done with this. Who is this? And then they just, and I could see the Wyatt Six, you know, we don't want your fucking title. We just want to destroy you.
The thing is, I think they can still do what I pitched. They can't still do what they did.
So what I was trying to get at, the point I was making was that, and this is the reason, one of the reasons why I like the segment as well, is that 9 times out of 10, the stereotypical thing to do is, especially with like the premise of this type of like concept of like this group or whatever, is they're gonna beat the shit out of somebody or some team or like some sort of.
Never happened.
What's that?
I mean, it happened, but it happened off screen, which is perfect.
Right.
That's
exactly the fact that it happened off screen, and you just walk into like the leftovers of the carnage. It makes it look 20 times more impactful. And I hate to say this, I think it was Russo who kind of was like saying like, bro, you just see them like doing these fake punches, bro, and then to have them not do that. Really makes it stand out that much more, and just again combine that with the combine that with the camera work, combine that with the music, the smoke, like the whole
thing. The biggest thing for me, honestly, and this is where I have to tip my hat on.
Huck Tui?
It was Huck Tui all over the place. Huck Tuiing everybody. The fact that it was done live is so impressive.
One take,
because not only is it one take in the back, and in my mind I'm like, oh my god, they have the smoke on the ground, or the whatever fucking
the mist.
Yeah, they have the mist in the back, right, with all these people lying on the ground. I'm like, please don't trip over someone. Please don't. Like, while like fucking Howdy's walking through, I'm like, he almost did, I think, at a moment. I think he played it off as like character movement, or maybe that's
when
what
he was
passing
doing. The guy.
Yeah, but I'm like, man,
I
I do not want to see fucking Shockmaster. Please don't Shockmaster.
Oh god, no.
But you know how difficult it would be with people fucking bodies half covered in fucking mist in the back, trying to maneuver that. I'm like, that is impressive for them to do all in one shot with the damage playing out the way it was. The amount of work that went in to make that work is very impressive for like live television. I don't think people give it as much like credit as it's worth. And I'm like, and they nailed it. But that's also where I worry, because you gotta follow this
downhill from here.
Yeah, you can't, like, if they're killing everybody in the back, and it's not just anybody. They fucking destroyed Gunther, and like not only him, but like Carmelo Hayes, fucking L Bag. So they have to be like a force to be reckoned with.
Well, that's why I was asking this last week. I was like, how important do you think this is going to be, and how big of a deal you think it is being? Jesus fucking Christ.
It's got to be the biggest mid-card thing they do without a title. And they have to. And it has to, they can stretch into main card, but it can't be main card for the title.
Well, okay. I think they
I don't want
titles
involved at all.
Yes, there you go.
I don't want titles involved at all. I think if they are willing, what would be great is if they might wrestle for a title, but they willingly lose the title in favor of like punishing people.
Yes.
That's for me. That's where I'm at.
That's what
or
I think they're
like a triple
going.
threat scenario.
That's the way I would book it.
Same.
Or a triple threat scenario.
And I agree with like the idea. They can even do this in the future now. You start noticing people missing from Raw, or they're on Raw, right? Yeah. You start noticing people missing from Raw when they go to interview someone or somebody has a match. And then, like, 2-3 weeks down the line, they reveal that they've been fucking kidnapping people. I'd be behind that.
It's one way to keep it fresh, man.
I think
it's gonna be difficult to make this work.
I have a lot of faith.
I don't want to see a triple threat with them, because then somebody's losing. I don't need to see them. I don't need to see
honestly, I don't want to see them.
All I want to see
them
is them beating people up. That is.
I don't want to see them in ring for a while.
Yeah,
because I think once you get to the in-ring portion, some of the mystique will go away. If you can do in-ring and keep it, then hats off to you. But I don't know how they're going to do it. That's going to be the hardest thing they do, is transition that group to in-ring working.
Well, I was going to say, like, they're good workers. That's not the problem. It's the problem of
it's the storyline.
Correct. Yeah, is how you gonna do that. I think, like I said,
who they pair them up with, honestly.
Yeah.
I think that's why I think if they're gonna go any route that would make the most sense is, like I said, something along the lines of like a a semi Hills Have Eyes kind of like family, like weird family. I have no idea.
Yeah, they gotta be
Almost
like
like
those
a
people that are
aura.
on the like it's a tag match or someone
Mutated or some
something,
bullshit
and then
like
he
that. Yeah.
just starts like chirping at the person outside, making fucking hand gestures, and they get involved. You gotta do something like really weird where they're not like,
Spider.
yeah, they're fucking horror villains is what they're supposed to be, right?
Yeah.
So like you gotta lend yourself into that without getting too far into it where they can't be believable in ring. This is why the Undertaker character is so hard to pull off properly, or a character in that realm. They tried several times.
Kudos to I'm looking forward to this, and honestly, again, I get your hesitation, Basement. I'm right there with you with the PTSD, but there's been a lot of very simple, easy booking things that they've done that have been so fucking effective. Case in point for SmackDown. We knew
a complicated booking situation, which is I know Triple H is he keeps it simple, which is what works.
Right.
I just wonder how you can like this is going to be the hardest thing that Triple H, in my opinion, will either succeed or fail at. This is the biggest test I've
Wyatt
seen
6?
so far at the Wyatt 6 for Triple H doing something that's out of the box. The other things, getting Cody over, no problem. Getting Roman over, like all these things, kind of like were there. Like all these things, I would say we could book them. Hell, we did book them half the time on calls. The Wyatt 6 is one of the things that I would be worried about booking. Because I think I might fuck it up.
Okay, here's what I'm just gonna say about this though, and to that point, it's a risk, but
high risk, high reward, baby.
I gotta give him props for at least trying something fucking, like giving this a shot.
Oh
And,
yeah,
and
100%.
this was one of those things that like I know Triple H said at the beginning when he first took over that made me go like, okay, and to be fair, he could have just like been saying this obviously for the fucking sake of the interview, but for the sake of taking him at his word, he was like, I hope we don't succeed at everything because I want to fail and like figure things out and try different avenues and kind of explore different options.
I think I'll lose a lot of hope if it turns into those fucking pre-recorded like video matches type things that they had with AJ Styles and the Undertaker and fucking Graveyard. I don't want them to go back down that path.
I mean, you could once, but not this
your
soon.
Feet into it maybe like as like a segment, but do not do a match like that. I don't want to see that because then you're just committing the same mistakes from the past.
Yep.
What's up, Neos and Jeffrey Helsey? What's up, dude? Arush and Fused up in here. Aru, you working, baby? Because I'm not.
He's working something. It's called a Dutch rudder.
Oh my god. I think Bray. I think the Wyatt 6 will be fine. It's just they just can't.
All right. Oh, sorry, God.
They just can't. They can't fuck this up.
No.
They can't.
Oh, they can easily.
Well,
There's
a massive uphill battle.
Than what Triple H can do because I think he can pull it.
I
off.
have faith in what Triple H can do, and I still worry.
It's not. Yeah, I get Basement sentiment of like.
I don't think, and this is where I had a problem with the Undertaker holding the world title because.
I don't think it's just as simple as like a title screwing them up though. It's like the entire they have to be, and I said this with Bray Wyatt. They need like baby gloves put on for booking these guys. Everything has to be thought over and thought over and thought over.
Oh shit!
Even though they are like technically a mid card group with a main event push.
I can dismiss the fact of who they are. If they're telling me, I'm more worried about the story being told, and I do agree with you, but I think these guys can pull it off if they do have a horror writer working with them. Triple H went out and hired a guy to do this.
I think so my prediction is I think the Wyatt 6 will be fine for the next, like the booking will be probably pretty damn good for the next couple months. It all depends, like I said, on the transition to them being in-ring workers. Like if they can master that, and the storyline can support it, because I imagine these guys not really being in-ring right now for the next couple of months, kind of being like that entity outside the ring. which is I think
So
easier
you're
to book.
questioning how good of workers they are?
No, I'm questioning how they're gonna make the like how they're
Gimmick
gonna
work.
fuse the gimmick, the storyline, and the in ring. How they're gonna fuse that. Bray Wyatt has always had problems with it, and this is where like I think they might
that
have
Bo
issues.
Dallas is a better wrestler than his brother.
So I see it more so, at least in presentation so far, obviously, that, obviously Howdy's the leader of the group, right? So he'll be the primary focus. And so with all the others being kind of like the hench people in the background, like, to enlist and help,
Dexter
carry
Lumis
on.
will wrestle a little bit, but I
For,
don't-
so for now, and you'll see them start to slowly seep in where Howdy will have a problem. Like, for example, and this is my prediction too, JP and I talked about earlier, we think Chad Gable's going to be the first like major rivalry. So I could start seeing like Howdy saying like, we target, hell, I can see him costing Chad Gable the match next week on Monday, the triple threat.
I can see those things easily, but like when it comes to like, oh, you're scheduling a match against whatever their names are, because they haven't revealed that yet, right? The individual people. It's like, oh, you're in a match against this person. That's where it gets kind of weird. It's like, admittedly, that's where it got weird for me with the Wyatt family.
Right.
Anytime that like the match actually happened, it's like now you're in the confines of the rules of wrestling, outside of like being this omnipotent horror threat.
Yep.
It's that's the hardest part, and
Yeah,
that's where
I get your
the
point.
worry comes in. It's not has nothing to do with how they work in ring.
Right.
It all has to do with like transitioning
yeah.
them in a place. You can't just turn
Especially
them
in
from
this
like killing
era.
people in the back, fucking putting a bullet in Chad Gable's head and smearing blood all over the wall, fucking killing Gunther. You can't transition from that to be like, and one-on-one match, and he's counted out. Like you can't. It's just like logically, there's gaps there. You have to like
the old
build that.
Yeah, you can't give Chad Gable the old Abraham Lincoln and then expect him to just bounce back.
JFK,
he
baby.
didn't give him the fucking Abraham Lincoln. I mean, it was right in the temple.
I know. I almost thought like I would have preferred if like they went to the back and it was like staff, not wrestlers that they beat the shit
I
out
could
of.
agree with that too.
Because then it raises a bunch of questions like, so they like yeah, they're going fantastical, but it's like
Ref should be
Gunther's dead, Carmelo Hayes is dead, so theoretically these guys can beat everybody on the roster.
Theoretically, with
I mean,
that, yes.
fucking 5 of them sneak attack. I mean,
Well, goddamn, look at the Spirit Squad.
and plus fucking Rowan had a goddamn mallet for fuck's sake.
I do feel like I would have preferred if it was mostly like backstage staff and the arena was fucked up and a couple wrestlers maybe.
So again, this is why I have a lot of faith in the booking, is because attention to detail, baby.
You use the family thing, like
Pierce and Triple H were probably gone chasing after Drew McIntyre, who quit earlier in the evening. And they had mentioned that Punk wasn't going to be at Raw, so it gives the excuse of like getting them away from this whole, fucking absurdity. So just again, little attention to detail. You could, and to your point, Basement, I'm not against. I'm not against the.
I'm against that.
I'm open for business. Ref, what the fuck? I'm not against the idea of the staff. I wouldn't be. I'm not against the idea of the staff thing. Looking for Triple H or Adam Pearce, like the authority figures. But I'm also not against the idea of the wrestlers, because even though it may be like randomized and like I mentioned before, the theory behind it, you have now a smorgasbord of opponents for your group.
You also have questions for like, who are they targeting? I do feel though like the hype for the package. This is like Brock Lesnar fucking rookie year level package that they're kind of giving these guys. So this is why I say like high risk, high reward. I hope it pays off, and I hope it pays off because of the people involved in it and what they could potentially do. Like Bo Dallas almost got a fucking rough run. They did what they did to Cody Rhodes with that guy, which I hate.
I'm happy that they're giving him this chance.
I am
not,
too, because
creatively in that sense.
The believe thing was like something that you do entering the business and get beyond, just like fucking Stardust. And I think Bo Dallas can be like a big name. Not as Bo Dallas, but as not
No.
even
Yeah,
as Uncle Howdy, as like another fucking Uncle Howdy's kind of stupid, but whatever.
By the way, I
Um,
really fucking love the Howdy mask.
I love that he wasn't like it wasn't
Plaster
a
shit.
full fucking V for Vendetta stupid shit.
Yeah.
It was like makeup on his face,
Yeah.
which is much better, 1,000 times better. I thought the Nikki mask looked the creepiest to me. It reminded me of Silent Hill shit.
I think that's what they were going for. Either that or a broken porcelain doll.
Yeah, it was broken porcelain, but that's
What Nikki was wearing?
Yeah.
Nikki
Yeah.
looked fucking creepy.
Yeah, she did look creepy. It was that weird mouth on the
if
mask.
there
Exactly,
is
100%.
You know that thing that you
if-
put in your mouth to like make your lips that fucking
Yeah.
gimmick
I will-
shit,
I'm
and
gonna
like try to
say-
drink water with your lips open like that.
I'm
That's
gonna
what she was
say
wearing.
This right now, if there's to be one star made, she could be it.
I think Nikki has like it's weird because I look at them and I don't know too much about Joe Gacy. I know Eric Rowan is there for nostalgia, I think, and size. But the others involved, I see all people that are like mid card that like given
Dexter
the
Lumis
right
and
gimmick
Cross.
could be main event. Dexter Loomis is a guy that was fucking incredible in his role as a creep in NXT.
Yes.
Yep.
And he's good in ring too. Like all of them are like serviceable. They're not just like
Well,
they're
that-
mid card with the chance to be.
I was about to say they
more.
kind of have this they have a plug-in to this type of gimmick,
Yeah.
or like in that like dark genre, if that makes sense, right? Like obviously you had Nikki Cross with Sanity, fucking Eric Rowan is like kind of a no-brainer. Obviously, same with with fucking Bo.
You know what she
and
just
then-
said to me? Absolute 100 diddly. That's what she
Yeah.
just fucking said to me.
She's Ned. Is she Ned Flander? Think of that. Oh, I can't even speak.
She
Ned
did.
What the
Flanders.
fuck? Fled Nanders?
Fled Nanders over here.
Yeah,
Diddly-doo.
Holy shit.
My wife's dead.
Mod. Jesus Christ. I can't remember what I was saying now. God damn it. Oh, God damn you. Loomis and Gacy have also had like similar backgrounds, and like obviously like you said, like Dexter Loomis being a creepo, and Joe Gacy kind of like again like almost like into like the dark twisted gimmick. So this kind of fits a lot of them as far as like their kind of narrative, or in terms of like how their character development, or like archetypes in the past.
It's not a
So-
stretch to see them in the role,
Not at all.
except for Nikki Ash, who was a superhero.
Well, no, she was
Well,
Insanity.
People remember her as Crazy Nikki from Sanity.
Yeah.
I mean, people that if you want to remember her, that's what you
picked
remember her
each
from.
one of these people for a reason, or Bo Dallas did. So
Also, like all of them have kind of gone through the gamut of being that fucking clown character.
Yes, they
But
have.
they've
At least,
also
like,
got-
Nikki ASH and
Nikki
Olive.
is really good at being creepy.
And I like her in the ring a lot.
She's
Like,
Yeah, I
really
did,
good
yep.
in ring.
I actually
like I said,
like
if there's
her
one
in
star
general.
that can be made, it is Nikki Cross.
yeah, I
Bo
mean,
Dallas-
I think Bo Dallas is
with
gonna be
the
the
way
star.
he fucking smiled, creepy as fuck.
I can like Bo Dallas was a guy that, especially for the way that wrestling has gone. I don't know how old he is.
Who?
Bo
I think
Dallas?
he's the
How
same
old?
age as us.
Who?
Bo Dallas.
Okay,
Bo
like late
Dallas?
30s.
Yeah, he's in his 30s.
Bo,
I can see him having like
Bray's-
an incredible like next 10-year run if they
Bray-
want to escalate him to like, I'm not saying world title, but like main event scene. I think he can hang with those guys.
He is 34 years old.
Okay,
I was
yeah,
gonna say-
he's
I was
the
gonna
guy
say
I
he
honestly
was-
think. I think stardom for him.
Yeah.
If this works, stardom for sure.
I could see Loomis and Gacy making out pretty well in this one.
Loomis
depending
is the
on
only
how
one
it
he's a
plays.
bit older.
I could see Loomis and Gacy as tag team champions.
Yeah.
I was gonna say if you're gonna put any
Who's
belts
the other
on this
guy?
gimmick-
There's a guy on this crew that I don't know.
Eric Rowan.
No, the other guy. There's another guy.
Joe Gacy.
Nope.
There's another guy.
No.
Try again.
So there's Joe Gacy, Dexter
Yep.
Loomis,
Yep.
Nikki,
Yep.
Bo Dallas, and Eric Rowan.
Correct.
And there's one more person.
No.
Nope.
Oh, God. I saw a picture of them together, and there was one more person.
Our truth.
It's not our
Fuck
truth.
is
That
with
was
you.
And
that
our
was our
truth.
truth.
No, not with you fucks. They went
Yeah,
and
that
got
picture
like.
popped up the next fucking day, and he himself fucking reshared it
He
with
said it's-
you people.
And he said, "But who did this?"
They,
That motherfucker is great. This
This is why I love R-Truth.
But so
no, okay. Wait, hold on. So who? There's a person in the pig mask. That's Joe Gacy, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Now there's another person that was like, with the smear of blood, like crouching above people.
Oh,
Who's that?
That's Loomis.
It's Loomis.
Is it Loomis? Really?
Yeah, Loomis is Mercy the Buzzard.
What's the picture of them eating burgers or having burgers?
What?
I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
I haven't seen that picture yet.
I don't. What the fuck are you on?
Oh, that he's having.
But that's still only 5 people, right? So you gotta be a 6.
That's the question I was going to ask
That's
everybody
why
here.
I said there's going to be one more, and I think it's going to be Braun Strowman.
I hope it's not, to be honest with you. So the question is, do you think that it's reserved for a 6th person and who, or do you think they'll just say that the
It's just
6th person is Bray?
Bray Wyatt. That'd be
Yeah.
cool. I'd be down with
I
that.
would not mind that one, and honestly, I would honestly prefer it that
Evil
one.
Vince McMahon.
No, fucking the puppet.
Okay, never mind. The picture I looked up was them getting Whataburger after, and it's some
Oh,
random
yeah, they
dude.
got a
in
picture with the.
It's some random guy in a Mavs jersey.
What
Yeah.
the fuck are you guys talking about?
I was like,
I
"Who's
know
the
what
6th
he's
man?
talking
It's
about.
Mavs."
So they went to
It's
a
fucking
Whataburger
Kyrie
after
Irving.
the show.
Yeah,
Who?
the picture I saw afterwards.
Oh,
it's
I know,
some
yes,
guy.
yes,
yeah,
yes.
I'm like, who's the 6th guy? Oh, it's fucking. I think it's Luka
It's
Doncic
Stan.
from the
Dude in
Mavs.
Mavs jersey.
Yeah. I hope he's the 6th man. All right.
Wouldn't that be great?
Hey guys, I got your fries.
But he wasn't
Holy
an employee.
shit.
He was just wearing a Mavs jersey.
Yeah, just some random guy at Whataburger.
Yeah.
I dropped the thing.
So,
But it's also like one of those gimmicks that requires like a huge amount of kayfabe.
Yes.
And literally after it happened, I see Whataburger pictures. So it is what it is. It's the current day thing.
I mean, you do what you can.
It's
can't escape from
unavoidable,
it.
man. It's unavoidable.
I know.
today.
I know.
We might as well just face facts. I
What
did
up,
like,
brother?
That's why I love listening to Jim Cornette and his stories of when he was on the road and talking about stopping at a fucking drive-thru and fucking going off on the fucking drive-thru person like, ask for double cheese, extra onions, motherfucker.
So they started fucking my wife.
But no, it
With
just
extra
listen,
cheese and
I
onions,
love- but so that, like, the ride-alongs were pretty good. I did enjoy a couple of the ride-alongs that they did, but I think that's what they were trying to do and telling stories on the road and shit. I don't know, man. You're never gonna get away from. Oh my God, that's Uncle Howdy. No, really, I'm Taylor Rotunda, but I'll roll with it. Because I'm a WWE superstar. Oh, Creed Brothers.
'Cause that's
I am very glad that he's getting another fucking chance though, because
I am too. He deserves it.
I liked him. I hated Bo Dallas. I hated the gimmick.
Yes.
But I'm like, man, there's something there. It's just like I hated Stardust, but I'm like, yeah, there's something there. Like, I hate when good talent gets wasted.
I agree. It wastes
Right.
it wastes not only their time, but it also wastes your time in the company.
I knew that. I knew they were wasting his talent when he was Stardust. I knew there was something there. And Bo Dallas can go fuck himself, but I know there's something there.
Well, I didn't
knew
like
they
the
were stars
character.
20
Okay?
years before they fucking came.
I did. I knew that Roman Reigns was. Well, actually, I did. Fuck you guys.
Alright, so this next match is Charlotte.
I knew. Oh, what was the guy that ended up becoming a gay porn star?
Alright, so this.
I knew he was
oh my
gonna be
God.
good.
Nobody gives a shit about fucking.
Have you seen him in gay porn?
I knew
Oh,
it was
Eric
there. I
Sullivan
knew it
was
was
he?
there.
Eric Sullivan? That big mongoloid guy.
So the
Lars
next
Sullivan.
match we are doing is Charlotte Flair versus Asuka for the vacant women's WWE Women's Championship.
The vacant title.
Right, it's a vacant title. Nobody has it.
Right. the vacant championship.
The vacant WWE
Vacant.
championship.
How many times can we say vacant?
Vacant.
So I burnt bacon the other day.
What?
I burnt bacon the other day.
I want bacon right now.
I know.
Charlie,
we
you
had
did
bacon, we had
Fiora.
bacon. Wendy cried for like a half hour because she couldn't have bacon. So I'm like,
I
go to
would
the
too.
store today. But did you guys remember we were talking about viewership and ratings a couple of weeks ago?
No, I think I missed the show.
Guess how many people watched Dynamite with no fucking excuses?
7.
550.
502.
Is Dynamite their main show or is it
Yeah.
Rampage?
Dynamite's their main show. However,
NXT did almost 700,000.
they did 724 actually, by final count.
I think people are starting to walk away from.
Well, no.
Okay, so
It
no,
proves Jim Cornette's theory. Big Bang Theory
Yeah.
did not air before
So
Dynamite last week.
there was a report that So they've acknowledged the fact that they have 200,000 viewers to start
because of Big Bang Theory.
because of Big Bang.
all the people
Theory.
watching Big Bang Theory that fall asleep during that show, they keep wrestling on
God.
afterwards, right?
But
Just
that
fuck Big
did
Bang
not
Theory.
happen this time, so they lost 200,000 viewers based on that.
You think they'd wake up when the laugh track doesn't kick in?
I'm just saying. Look.
No, like this was bound to happen, right?
Yes.
AEW, it shot up so high so quick. There's bound to be course correction.
It's just
They couldn't keep jumping into glass every night, okay?
No.
It's just eventually someone's gonna be like, no glass, not for
It's
me.
just like that damn Yankees song. You know who the damn Yankees are, right? Oh my god. Can't take me higher.
They couldn't take us higher. I can tell you that. Like AEW, we knew
You know
that
what
eventually
I'm
it was
talking
going to even out.
I have now realized that I've definitely reached a new level of high because I thought Asuka was a fucking transformer for a second, so I know I'm in good shape.
Have you
Oh,
gone
nearly
higher?
there.
But it's crazy
Oh,
that
God.
they tried making excuses as to why nobody's watching. If it's 7 o'clock and people wanted to watch the show, they would have it on. And I know that, but their Big Bang Theory wasn't on, so where did those 200,000 people go?
Can I just say that it pisses me off to no fucking, and I'm not saying this to you specifically, JP, I'm just saying in general, like it pisses me off to no fucking end that people want to have like such like diatribe arguments over the fucking ratings of AEW or the fact that AEW has to be so fucking defensive over like X ratings or whatever. How about, just for shits and giggles, instead of focusing on those actual numbers, rather focus on the fucking like long-term booking of your fucking product?
Exactly. The only thing Tony Khan is good at is jumping on Twitter and saying, thank you for watching our show. It was the most watched show on cable on Wednesday.
On-
And
night."
don't forget this
he
PLE,
couldn't-
or don't
he
forget
can't
Collision.
he can't say that this week. So help me God, if he tweets out that thanks for watching the show, we were the whatever, then
Second highest, you fuck off,
It wasn't
Tony.
even the second highest.
I know.
He lost every single fucking rating. Like every single rating. The
You
18
talking
to
about-
49 people that fucking the demo fucking they were
Talking
nowhere
about-
near the top. Like
Yeah,
they
well, I mean-
usually are. They were losing to fucking reality TV with the 18 to 49-year-olds.
Tony Khan's the type of person to shadow box in a room full of mirrors and
He's
be
a
like,
mark.
I kicked his ass before he walks out.
Yeah.
He's-
Like
he's
he
a
can't.
Ass, you dumb
Yeah,
shit.
but it's so stupid. Like I personally hate the fucking ratings talk,
Yeah.
but
Yep.
When it gets
I
to this
feel no,
high-
but I feel like people should bring it up because the company can't stop bringing it up.
That's
It's
my
like if you
point.
make it a thing, then
Yes.
it's going to be a thing, whether you're succeeding or losing. So do yourself a favor. Like they have misstepped time and time again. Don't talk about it. put in the work, make a good product. If it's like fucking TNA, whatever, it's like TNA.
So
Just stop trying to like one up for 50 extra viewers. You're not a YouTube fucking channel.
Right. So Jim Cornette actually said this. He said if you stop talking about the other fucking program.
No, actually, you were saying, and this has how it works for that company. It was Tony Schiavone.
Oh yeah, Tony Schiavone said that on What Happened When.
About WCW and Eric Bischoff.
Yeah.
No, I remember the CM Punk reveal bullshit.
Mentioning that'll put butts in the seats. It
As
don't
in, like,
work. It's gonna cause people to change the fucking channel and see what's going on over there. It happened to them. It happened to WCW.
The sad part is AEW and WWE could have had a working relationship, considering Triple H is now in control. And I honestly think that like it wouldn't be like vitriol between the two.
No.
And I think people are like, oh, it's not. We just throw jabs. Like, we all know somebody that throw jabs. Eventually, you get tired of fucking listening to them.
Yeah.
It's just the truth. So like when it comes down to AEW, they've pretty much dug their own grave. I don't want them to disappear as a company, and I don't think they will. They'll just turn into like a third string wrestling company.
Yeah.
This is what you get for doing what you did. It's stupid. And Tony Khan is dumb fucking cupid bitch.
He may be the nicest guy in the world, but he does not know what he's fucking doing.
He doesn't at all. I mean, yes.
He's not. First of all, he's a terrible boss. I can tell that without.
And before I get all these fucking people, like I would never want to do his job.
NAW.
That's why. I
Well, his job. He's doing too many jobs.
I couldn't do it. I can sit here and I can tell you what I think. I know I couldn't fucking do what he does. He can't even do what he does. I could not do what Triple H
He's doing 3 jobs. First of all, you can't be the fucking owner, the booker, and the fucking television persona. Very few people can do that.
Bischoff.
Vince McMahon was like the only person that could do it because he's a soulless monster. Okay? He's not a human being.
No, he's not.
But Tony Khan is trying to do it, and he's terrible on the mic. He's terrible as a character. He was the best booker of some era. Look at his booking decisions. He had an exploding ring match. He had fucking every match was blood all over the place.
According to somebody, a journalist on the payroll. Yep.
Yes.
It's like he wasn't the best booker. It was just he was like a kid that was given ECW and it was like, book this. I like blood and violence. Give it to me.
Then go play with CZW.
So there's a certain podcaster, and I'm not going to mention his name, and it's not who you think it is, because I know he'll fucking jump on you. Oh, you fucking clowns! You know what I'm talking about. He was the biggest proponent for fucking AEW. I actually watched him one other night. He shit all fucking over it.
Well, I mean, the thing is, you have to like if you're going to like review wrestling, you have to kind of be like.
A bias.
You just call the things the way they are. AEW, in my opinion, like this. Yeah, well, fucking AEW had a chance. Some things they did were good. I really liked the Cody Rhodes and fucking Dustin Rhodes match. I liked some of the matches that they did, and I liked some of the like unions they made with New Japan. My only problem is I can see the issues. Why is AEW? We're gonna make a fucking union with New Japan when all of your people are from New Japan. We've already seen it.
Yeah.
Anybody that watched New Japan has seen what you're trying to do, so it doesn't make any sense.
I remember watching one of his podcasts, and he said, "I don't give a fuck about New Japan. I just know about New Japan because of Kenny Omega."
Well, I think a lot of people that are very popular YouTubers that talk about wrestling jumped on, and Meltzer is in this boat, jumped on AEW as like the next opportunity for a big wrestling company to hire me.
Yep.
Until things started to go sour and the audience started to turn against them. And it wasn't 90% love for AEW. It was 50-50.
Yep.
And then they went back to like, I tell the truth all the time about everything.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, fuck off, honestly.
All right, but let me get my point out here real quick. When it comes to ratings, yes, I don't care about the fight of, oh, this one's ratings were better, or that one's ratings were better this week, and yada, yada, yada. Tony needs to be looking at these ratings and figuring out how he can fix it, because eventually Warner Brothers is going to sit there and say, yeah, we're not giving you as much money, and we're taking you out of prime time.
I got an idea how they can fix it. You just show the AEW logo and you play 2.5 hours of Big Bang.
Now that shit's fucking funny right there. But for real, I think that
It's dynamite, baby.
I thought that's great. That was a great
Dynamite.
idea. I think he just needs to hire somebody that actually knows what the fuck they're doing.
Good
How to
luck.
book a
I
show.
mean, that's a tall order,
It is.
It is.
in all honesty.
So or you can't let people book their own fucking matches
No.
because it already cost you a fucking money.
Even if they're
once
booking
already.
it fair, eventually the roster will be like, he's booking himself to succeed. Anytime someone books themselves to win, they'll be like, oh my god, he's putting himself up. It's like, you have to have a third party, man.
I am honestly surprised the locker room has not started blaming the Young Bucks of that yet.
All I see is like people that have gone to AEW and have not been successful are like, this place is terrible. And the people that have been successful is like, I love it here, never change. So there's obviously like some fucked up bullshit behind the scenes there.
Oh, there's a bunch of politics going on backstage that don't belong there. Honestly, I mean, the Undertaker himself sat there and said that there just seems to be no leadership in the locker room.
I mean, that's so blatantly obvious.
Yeah.
Wow. It was pretty much a squash match.
That match was pretty long, huh?
Was it?
Yeah.
Didn't seem like
Yeah.
it. It was just like every time I looked up, fucking Charlotte was beating the fuck out.
That wasn't that long. It was 11 minutes long.
Okay.
Jesus.
That's a decent match.
So I don't think he should worry about ratings. I think he should worry about actually.
But look where he's coming from. Wasn't he like some sort of like financial advisor for the football team?
Yes.
He's
No,
the analytics guy.
So okay, so that's even better. He's a numbers guy,
Yep.
Yeah.
right? And that's what he's going to focus on. It's
That's what he
stupid
should
because yeah, it doesn't make sense.
No,
Whatever.
it's- I
Fuck
mean,
AEW.
within the first, let's just take another step back here with that fact right there. How long did he think that this company was going to be able to function when constantly handing out $3 to $5 million contracts? Like,
Well, they're in
David
a place
King.
where they're like, oh, it's a new company. We're going to be in the red for 5 years and then profits. The problem is they're going to be in the red for 5 years and then negative profits. Because
Well,
like
that
you
means
said,
they're in the red.
yeah. It's like, well, we're staying in the red, baby. It's AEW Red available on YouTube.
Yeah.
You
Subscribers
can't
only.
have a negative profit anyway. There's no
Well, yeah, there's no profits at all. And all I'm saying is that like, the amount of money put into it, in no way are they getting the returns.
No.
And this goes with like the TV deals, the people they're signing, and the video game. It's all a net loss.
That definitely was not
The video
worth
game,
$10 million.
The video game, I freaking swear to God, sent them so deep into the red that they are literally never going to recover.
You know what? They probably, I think it's probably not as bad as we think it is. Because they got a lot of fucking AEW fucking lovers that bought the game on release just to support AEW and play the game because it's the wrestlers I like. So the game was released at full price, $80 here in Canada.
Yeah.
You guys
It was
$69.99 or
$70
whatever it is. So like they probably on first day, I wonder how much the sales were. You could probably find the figure online, but they probably made a decent amount of what they put in back. The
But
problem
not
is
all
they're
of
not going to. No, that's a loss for sure. But they're not making more money on it because now it's free.
Right.
Anyways,
And
AEW, whatever.
You know, people out there in the video game world, there's more of us that are stingy and sit there and say, no, we are not buying a fucking season pass. We paid full price for this fucking game.
Well, I mean, nowadays when games are fucking costing $100, the people that control the fucking money in the house are the people that are going to dictate what you got.
Exactly.
So yeah, most kids aren't having it either unless they get it on discount somewhere. It's weird. Like I know I shit on AEW, but I don't watch either of the products. I see things on WWE online. I was telling Connor this earlier. I'm like, I would watch Raw and SmackDown if I had 6 hours to sit down and watch wrestling. I just like it's on when I'm working, so I'd have to go to my weight to like find it afterwards. I'd love to see like Raw in like an hour,
Yeah.
and I'd watch that. I have no problem with that.
Well, that's what I'm hoping they do with Netflix is they either drop it back down to 2 hours or put it at 1 hour.
I think.
Well,
they
with
can do whatever
Netflix,
they
it's
need
perfectly
to do.
fine because I can watch it whenever. But with cable TV, it's like, oh, you have to. I don't have a fucking PVR. I'm not recording this shit. I don't care.
Right.
I'm not gonna get off work fucking 11 o'clock and be like, I need to watch 4 hours of wrestling. No, I don't think so. Rather fucking hang myself.
I mean, I could do it.
I
have
can't.
done it.
The thing is, I also can't watch like full baseball game or full basketball game. Just too much of the same. I get bored.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I hear you.
Wrestling, it's like I really enjoyed an hour and a half of it, but the rest. Connor, how you feeling over there?
Ludwig Kaiser's shitting his pants. Look at these guys. So did you see what happened on SmackDown tonight?
With Jacob Fatu or something else?
Well, that happened. But what they did was CM Punk.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
The opening of the show, and then
I saw that
what
on
Drew
Twitter.
McIntyre.
I saw what
did.
Drew McIntyre did with CM Punk. That's all.
That what they had, they portrayed that he destroyed CM.
Oh, maybe I saw the other thing too. Was it with Paul Heyman being like, "Take me with you"?
Yes.
Yes, pretty much.
Yeah,
Pretty
alright.
much. And then CM Punk had that worried look on his face, like, "Are you okay?" CM Punk, when
In the right
Please you.
situations.
Just
he's
accept
good.
the fact that you're CM Punk.
huh?
Nothing.
On that note, I'm
glad you got
probably
the fuck beat out of him.
yeah. On that note, I'm gonna go. I got to depart because I believe I have crossed into another stratosphere at this point in time in the evening. So
I remember when I joined the call, he's like, "Do I have more? Do I have more? Oh, I do have more. What?" Silence for like 5 seconds. Edibles. Now,
All right,
now
yeah.
look at you.
So Sunday we're going to do not no bucks given.
I mean, we'll talk about it. Probably HUG.
we'll figure something out. So yeah, but y'all have a good night. Talk to
No
you
point
later.
talking to him now. He's on fucking Mars.
No, that's
Woo!
fine. But I think we could do HDG.
Yeah, I think that's fine. So we don't miss a week.
So Drew McIntyre. That's happening with CM Punk. I did like what Drew McIntyre did when he come out Monday. He goes, people started chanting CM Punk, and then he goes, "Screw this company, I'm out of here." Fucking loved it. He just walked away. Adam Pearce chased after him. I could understand what Connor was saying, how
He did the right thing.
Yeah, for that whole.
for that whole.
I mean, they're filling the void of Roman gone
Yeah.
very fucking well.
Right. So
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre and CM Punk are going to have a match at SummerSlam, which I think, if done right, could be done well. I just don't know if I want CM Punk beating Drew McIntyre.
I mean, the match itself has to be like no holds barred. There has to be
Yeah.
because I don't want to see CM Punk in a regular wrestling match. I really don't. They've got to add a stipulation, kind of like what they did with The Rock. He can still go very slowly and not great. So like you got to have. For
That
me, it's
beating
like
ass kinda
yeah,
thing.
you gotta have like a brawl on the outside and weapons and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
Especially since the way that like the feud is gone, it's lending itself to it.
And this is one of those one-off matches.
Yeah.
I think they can get away with. Drew McIntyre goes over because he needs to have.
Yeah. He also needs to win the title like shortly after that.
Right, that's what I mean. And I think that's what they're going to do, and I hope they do. CM Punk doesn't need a title. He should be there to be putting other people over. Period, bottom line. And not
Honestly,
losing,
if they ever
not
give him a title, they
losing
have
to
to
the
do what they did
mid-card
with.
people. I'm talking about the main event guys. He should never beat any of them.
He's there for the storytelling, not the in-ring action.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And just like they used a lot of the older stars in the past, it's like, you tell this great story, and it's like, I can't wait till they fight in ring. It's oh god.
But the Jacob Fatu thing, and I don't know, man.
Well, I mean, Kratos said, "What did you expect? Jacob Fatu showing up finally tonight on SmackDown, despite his past with the Law. I don't know if he had any fucking issues with the Law.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, they have they have an Uso on there that like every time he drives, it's inebriated.
DUI.
Yeah, so
So,
Jacob Fatu is Umaga's son.
don't you mean Umanga?
Okay, yes, Umanga, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But so I'm okay with him, but he did not really blow me away.
It wasn't a great showcase. I'll say that. But also, it was never meant like I don't know, like Connor said, they didn't want to overshadow Solo, which I think is stupid.
I
Like
agree.
you show who's best at the time that they're best. I know there's storytelling involved there, but like him having a monster debut
Oh,
and
they
someone
just threw
dead?
up the X.
Oh,
What the
Veer
hell is
Mahan.
it?
He's not hurt. He's released. It's like, you're no longer employed, Veer. I'm sorry to tell you this now. Thanks for wrestling for free tonight.
Yeah. All right.
That's
so we'll
the last
see what that's
Veer
all
Veer
about.
Mahan.
We have 2 matches to go. This one is... I'd put this one on the card especially. These two are kind of in a feud. But I think this would be a good match and a good undercard to the Intercontinental Champion. Randy Orton is taking on AJ Styles.
I got Randy Orton.
You got Randy Orton?
Oh, that's a good bet.
I'm gonna take AJ.
I mean, you can't really lose no matter who wins, but
Not with this match.
the only reason I'm going with Randy Orton is because this game seems to favor people that can easily get off their finisher, especially if it's a submission.
Yeah. Which is so
Samantha,
weird.
Samantha Irwin looks like she's wearing a carpet on her head.
Yeah, well, she can wear my
This
carpet on
game
her.
never gets hair right.
I know. She looks like Medusa.
It's hard.
Rhea
That-
Ripley was
I mean,
wearing
hair
a
is
dog on her head.
hair in general, yes, is
Uh-huh.
terrible in this game. It's been terrible. I mean, it looks good when they're standing still. In motion, oh god, it's like tendrils half the time.
So I have MLB The Show, and they do hair pretty alright.
I've yet to see. Well, that's not true. I've seen hair done well, but it's usually in like AAA single player games that cost like $1 billion to make.
Yeah.
So, I get why they do the hair the way they do it here. Like wrestling needs a lot of movement in the hair, and you also don't want like if you have to animate every strand, the game will fucking explode.
Yes. There's not a system alive that can handle that.
Yeah, not when it's like preloading all the other options you can do. But it doesn't look terrible on most people. There's just certain people where it's like, good lord, Medusa.
Yeah. And it doesn't matter if they're moving or not, because you still get that one tendril.
Yeah,
that
it's just
goes
it's
fucking
like, I'm standing
berserk.
still, but my hair. That's a different story.
It's alive, I tell you, alive.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about most of what's happened in wrestling.
Yeah.
I don't know what else has happened in the world. I see I see them talking about like Joe Biden. It's like, oh, everything you see online is a deep fake. They didn't even say deep fake. They said cheap fake. She doesn't even know what a deep fake is. She's like, everything's a cheap fake.
She is a fucking moron.
Who's that?
The press secretary.
Jean-Pierre.
Yeah. Whatever the fuck her name is. She's like, everything's
Whatever
cheap
the
fake.
fucking-
It's
she
not
looks
real.
like she's wearing a carpet on her head.
Fucking Biden comes out. He's like, I like to introduce.
Oh, that shit was fucking great.
And then he just froze like, what did I say?
I'm like, really? This is the person representing the country.
Yes.
I know we have like
Sounded
the
he said, "I
fucking
want a
gayest
hamburger at one point."
piece of shit, fucking fake piece of garbage alive, representing our country
sounded
over
like-
here.
It sounded like in the middle of his sentence he says, "I want a hamburger."
He got lost and he's like, I'm talking to the voices in my head. What the fuck is going on with this man?
That's Windows error mode.
I mean, the thing is, too, if they're gonna go ahead and claim it's deep fakes, discredit it. Show us the actual video.
The full-length video, yes.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be
Because
the
I'm
same.
sure, I'm sure there's deep fakes
There are
of him
deep
all
fakes
over
out
the
there,
place.
yes.
Oh,
However,
we talked
like-
about this the other night.
Yeah, however, the videos on the internet are being taken live from national television.
It's like, oh my god, this person just landed from a parachute. And he's like looking off into the distance and slowly wanders over there. And everybody that was there, like, move left, move
The
left, guys,
fucking-
everybody move
the-
left.
the
Don't make it obvious,
Italian-
everybody move left.
Italy's prime minister had this. Hey, look at what he's doing, and he turns around and goes.
It's so fucked up because also
and then he does this. He does one of these things. He's sitting there and he goes.
you gotta get the Biden smile. The vacant smile. I just can't, like, there's something wrong there. And then all of a sudden they'll show this video of him trying to, like, debate, and he's, like, fully cognizant. I'm like, okay. You either have... I know people are online, it's like, it's a mask he's wearing. I think he's on, like, drugs that, like, they figure it out, a drug that helps with, like, dementia.
Yes.
And, like, 10 minutes after you take it, you're good. After that, you're like,
Yeah,
hey, just
there's nothing
parachuted
left.
in, wandering off into the fucking distance.
Is that high screen?
I can't wait for the
And-
fucking
and his-
debate. I
his-
can't wait for the fucking debate.
Well, he'll be on those fucking pills, man. I'm telling you. His
He
hands
might
turn
be
into
on
like.
them pills, but
He's got,
this
like,
is
his-
2 hours. He's gonna be out there arguing with
Eh.
Trump for 2 hours.
If I was
at some point,
Trump,
he's just gonna go.
if I was Trump, I'd let Biden walk out on stage and delay for like 15 minutes, just to let the
Just
drugs
have
wear
Trump-
off. Because the guy comes out with, like, for some reason his hands are in like a pincer. It's like fucking crab hands, and he just stands. I'm like, oh my god,
And
not
he
not a
he
thought.
walks.
Bro. Oh, he just dawdles
Walks like
along.
fucking Yoda without a cane.
Legally, he should not be able
No.
to go for presidency.
Dude,
I mean,
in the
Trump
private
is
sector, they
Trump,
push you out for retirement at 65.
Trump is old, but you can't tell me his mind
There's
isn't
a
working.
huge difference between the two.
Like, he's
cognitive
cognitively
abilities.
sound. Biden, I don't know, man. There is something going on there. Guy is at a loss for words.
Is that a
Funny.
loss for something?
It's funny as shit, is all I can say.
I cannot disagree with you.
I can't, like, the things I'm gonna see when they actually debate each other. If he can, like, cognitively, like, speak, the amount of people are gonna be like, oh my god, he's got a clone. Or he's got to stand in with a face mask. It's gonna be everything that people says.
No, I was talking.
OBS is now like full screened on our side for some reason.
It's alright, so I'm not gonna worry about it.
I-
Biden had a Mitch McConnell moment. He's had more than that.
Yeah.
He's twice in one
I
week.
mean,
I think
they-
he does
they
it
have to
every
have-
day.
I
Every
honestly
time he's on
think
TV
they have.
after 9 o'clock. That's when the show starts.
I honestly think in like the next 10 years, you're gonna see like some sort of drug that gets released by the American government that can like help people regain like cognitive aspects of like cognitive behavior if they have Alzheimer's or dementia. And it's gonna be like 10 years later because they've already developed it. It's just the military has it.
The military and Biden was the test subject.
Biden was
Yeah.
the test.
Well, no, the fucking weird ass ghoul that you guys are talking about, Mitch McConnell.
Oh god,
That
yeah, him
fucking
too.
creepy ass melted candle. He was the test subject.
He
had
has
the
a
same
better
fucking-
JR voice than JR, god damn it.
He had the same fucking. For some reason, you have like crab claws for hands every time, and you just freeze in place, and it's like, okay, yeah, it's working, guys.
Creepy king.
I don't know. He looks like a melted candle. He's
He looks like
does.
melted. But either here nor there. I don't want to talk about politics, but
well, it's gonna
Yeah,
happen
yeah,
soon because we have to.
yeah,
I honestly, the only reason I want Trump to win is purely financially for me.
I
It has nothing to do with anything else. I don't care. Like, if Trump wins, I hope I'll be in a better financial state, just for investments and things like that. Biden, oh my God, it might as well be Trudeau winning. Just give my money to somebody else, please.
Right? I don't think people fully understand that. The funny thing is you hear when
I have Jack Black out there promoting fucking. Oh my God! If I didn't like the guy beforehand, I really don't like him now.
Everybody that comes out and does that, they're not.
Well, then Jack Black's a fucking trillionaire.
The only reason they're doing it is because they hate Trump.
So Jack Black is in the status that nobody else. He can walk around looking like a homeless fuck. Yet everybody knows he's a trillion. He's got millions upon millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Just for voice acting work alone.
Yeah.
So he's not you and me. He might look like the weird uncle,
Yeah.
but he's not you and me.
Adam
He is
Sandler
a
is the same
fucking
thing.
What I'm saying is
multi-millionaire.
none of these people, everything is based on Trump. It has no, I think they could put Mickey Mouse out there and people would vote for Mickey Mouse. A lot of fucking liberals would vote for Mickey Mouse because they did not want Trump as president.
Well, I just don't understand. Like, the problem is, like, with all these celebrities and stuff that are going to vote for Biden, it is actually who it hurts is the only class you should be considering keeping around, middle class America.
Yes.
You are going to like financially forget about the people. Financially, Biden and Trudeau here have killed middle class, and it's only going to get worse.
Right.
Cost of living is way too high. Cost of housing and rent is way too high. Give somebody else a chance to fix the fuck-ups. I'm tired of giving money to causes I don't care about. I don't have a horse in that race. I'm not giving money to fucking Israel. I'm not giving money to fucking Ukraine. I don't have money to give them. You're stealing from the poor to give to the fucking suffering. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And honestly, like, giving money to Ukraine, you might as well walk up to Biden and put money in his hands.
Yes. He's going to force us into another 27% fucking hike because of the student debt forgiveness shit.
Well, we still go up in, like, every year. The Liberals' plan this year is 250,000 immigrants.
Yeah.
They have nowhere to put them. They have given grants to people to create basement apartments so that they can house immigrants.
Okay.
And it's not grants. It's loans.
Yeah.
They're giving loans to people so that they are on the government dollars so that they can house immigrants. And they're like, I'm gonna say housing immigrants. They are giving you like preferred residence from the government.
Yes.
They're like, oh, we prefer you house this person from this place because they don't want to build housing, and they can't build housing, and they're allowing too many people in.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a complete mess, man. I hate politics, but it's ruining my life.
It's ruining everybody's life.
Nobody wants to talk about it, but the fact is, it's like almost impossible to not talk about if you're an adult in America or Canada.
Yeah, so they want to what people that vote for Democrats don't understand is they are going to raise your taxes, and then everybody's going to be bitching because they raised their taxes, and then they're going to blame the
can't live on
they're going to
minimum
blame
wage.
they're going to blame the previous administration for their downfall. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that Republicans don't do the same thing, but they don't like to spend money.
That's the key.
They spend money on something we don't fucking need.
So I don't like people are dumb as shit because the government will take what they take. They'll take anything that they can get away with taking.
And give you back
When they're held
kids.
when they're held responsible for the way that they're spending is when society wins. The problem with this government is that they will continue to take. Oh, we're gonna take more taxes because we need more of this.
Yeah.
Problem is they'll take more taxes, and your life and everybody else, nothing will get better. It's just more money going to the people that are making money. I want a fucking chintzy ass government. I want a government that is gonna not cut corners, but like cut the fat.
Yes.
because there is so much unnecessary spending, and these grants that are given out for like DEI shit, get rid of that. I'm sorry, I don't care.
No,
It's not proven to
ruining
do anything.
everything.
You giving $1 trillion to fucking BLM, what has that done? Absolutely nothing. You bought a couple fucking houses for some black women. Good job.
Changed nothing. Wow. The fucking founders are under investigation for embezzlement. So
I mean, if the
tell you
cause,
about that organization?
but if the cause wasn't built off of like a knee-jerk reaction from the public, if there was foundation there to be like,
What's up, Ray
oh,
Sean?
we're gonna create schools and work opportunities in black communities, then you can get behind it. If it's just, oh, the cops wrongfully killed the dude, give us money. Oh my god,
Mm-hmm.
might as well throw it in the toilet and flush it.
At that point, yeah.
All right, so we're at the main event. Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins in a casket match. This is the third time these two have wrestled.
You know they sell caskets at Costco.
Yes.
That is
They sell everything
just-
at Costco's.
So
that is just so ridiculous.
if Cody Rhodes loses this match, he can never wrestle for the World Championship while Seth Rollins is champion. If he loses.
Well, he's also buried and he's gonna die. So there's
True.
that.
This is true. So yeah.
I mean, it's not just BLM. It's like
It's
there's a
not
bunch
even
of like,
BLM. Black Lives
it's not
Matter.
like
is-
it's
Black
a
Lives-
sensational fucking organization, but like
so
I honestly
it's-
put BLM in the
it's-
same group as like
it's-
pro-Ukraine and all these guys. It's just money being
Yes.
thrown at a cause because
So
people feel bad.
the whole issue right now is the NAACP and all of them, ALCU. They are asking for reparations.
No,
And what blows my fucking mind about the reparations thing is people ask
Reparations
you
don't make
need
any
to
sense.
you need to reparate us for everything that happened to us 250 years ago.
okay, so
okay,
you want
we'll do that, but we're also gonna tax you.
you want to know what like reparations looks like? Just look at Canada and the Native community.
Yes.
We gave financial slack and financial assistance to the indigenous community,
So
and they
here-
fucking devoured themselves. Like the indigenous community kept the separate ideals. They had their own laws. They had everything. They had
Same
tax
here.
breaks,
Same here.
and they just became a drug-addled problem because they weren't given opportunities. They were given handouts. You want to teach a man to fish? You know that fucking saying? You can give a man a fish or you can teach him to fish. That's the idea. Like, if you have a community that's been fucking destroyed, like the indigenous community here in Canada, teach them to prosper. Don't just give them
I
shit.
think that's
It-
where
like, look,
our and I could be wrong, but
look at like a rich kid,
most
Tony Khan.
most-
Don't
most
just
of-
give them shit.
Most of the indigenous people here are the ones with all the casinos.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
We
that's
have that.
that's
We
the
have
way
that.
they-
We have that difference here, whereas
We have that
they
too.
made themselves successful. But
we
there
have
are
that
still
too.
some areas of that
Oh,
drug
there's
addled
still-
problem.
The thing is,
like
the
the
community
purple-
is in like
But that's
problem.
every community.
Yeah.
It's basically like you have Canada and then you have Indigenous Canada,
Yeah.
and it's all reservations, and a lot of them are casinos because that's how they look at, like, that's how we can make money because we don't have to pay tax on money coming in for these, like, but you also have a huge drug problem, or at least we did in the past. Now Canada, honestly, like the only one good thing I can say about Canada is we're moving forward in the right direction for Indigenous. We're just like recognizing Indigenous people and giving opportunities to them.
Mhm.
You don't, like, the last thing you want to do is segregate people
That's what our
and give them
Thanksgiving
money.
is for.
It's stupid as fuck.
That's what our Thanksgiving is actually designed for. It was the Pilgrims saying thank you to the indigenous people.
Well, ours is
To
kind of the
survive the
same, but the problem is here, like the lands are segregated by law. So like, and yours is the same, I'm pretty sure. But
Yeah.
like the problem with a lot of the because they're like a nation within a nation, they don't want to integrate, and they don't want to get any advantageous like standing that you might come with integrating. I don't think there's any like, honestly, I've never seen anybody being like, oh, you indigenous. If anything, people are like friendly with them.
Yeah.
I think it's the other way around, where the indigenous hate the fucking white people.
Can
But
you blame them, honestly.
yeah, no, I don't. But I do feel like the best thing you could do is kind of like promote and build on indigenous land and help them build, and then help like commerce come there and help people like realize what it is to be indigenous Canadian. Like support them in that way. Don't just give them money and be like, we did everything we could. That's
Well,
like that's like the worst thing you can do.
That's one of the things with New York that's different because at least where I went to school, we purposely, because around the corner from my house was a small indigenous museum dedicated to the tribe that was in that village that I lived in back home. And that was always one of our field trips, to go there and see if they had found anything new or got any new information. And we had, as we got older, to the older grades, we had to do reports on that. So
we learned about a lot about the in 4th grade.
I think you guys learned more about your indigenous populace than we did.
We took what kind of like Wisconsin history and learned about, you know, who founded Wisconsin, but they also talked a lot about the Indian tribes around here, like the Ho-Chunks and the Chippewas. The great thing about where we live is they don't teach not one thing. They teach it all. And
I mean, they did. It was so skewed though. Like they teach us something, but then it would be like, yeah, I don't trust the history that we're being taught. Oh shit! I mean, here in Canada, like even like nope. Even my family, like I went to visit my grandfather while he was alive, and they had like 10 pictures up of Native Indian women that were part of my family, the Micmac crew. I guess they came here and pounded them, and my God, the women on the women on these tin can pictures, they all look like Brett Favre.
I need to see this.
I don't know if I can find. I don't have them for sure. I had to ask my aunt if she has them. But it was like 10 pictures where they put pictures on like 10.
Yep.
On 10, and oh my! Ooh. I was like, you had to be at sea for a while. So I'm gonna say they all, like I said, they all look like Brett Favre with like a tan. But yeah, like I'm the part of like my family integrated with them. It's just like it's one of those things where I can get behind that, where there's history that even though yes it's written by the victors, I can see and I can empathize and sympathize with what happened with the native people, and I can understand that a bit better and give them like purpose. Don't give them money. It doesn't make any sense. Like you can help them their purpose be realized with money, which is fine. But reparations as a whole,
to get them started and let them work their way out to continue.
So giving money, so me giving money to your guy is to Wendy's kid would make no sense. For reparations for what? Like it's like you never were involved. It was like, well, statistically the world is fucked everybody. Okay, I don't care. You were born to a rich white family and you're paralyzed from the neck down. Terrible. Do you need money? Like
Rob Schneider said it best in one of the clips I saw of him at a some sort of event. He sat there and he says, "California, I live in California, a state where people who were never slaves are asking for reparations from people who never owned slaves."
I mean, the sad part is people might be paying into reparations that actually help free slaves. It's like, that's weird.
But the people that are asking for those reparations are also have to be paying taxes in order for them to get their reparations. So really,
so I personally don't think reparations should ever be a thing for anything,
unless
you can see, like for instance, I was wrongfully imprisoned for 20 years and the DNA exonerates me, That's reparations.
Yes.
You're still alive. It was you. It's not your family's family. And now all of a sudden you're get a jail free card for bad life decisions, and you want money because the 90% of the vocal people are gonna be like, well, I kind of fucked up during my life. Can I get some? Can I
I think
get
it's
fucking
$10,000.
$500,000 from the government just for being born? That would be the opposite of reparations. That would be racism. You're pretty much rewarding somebody for the color of their skin, the way they're born. So I don't really get that.
It's gotten to the point where wealthy people in Baton Rouge have gotten so tired of the crime and lack of
Good proper
good
schools.
proper schools for kids. They voted to separate and create their own city called St. George. What? Did I read that right?
Yes, you did.
Voted to separate and create their own city.
It's like
Who did?
People in Baton Rouge. It's like what they tried to do in Seattle.
Oh, well, no, the wealthy people are sick of the crime, so
They're trying to do what the people in Seattle did for a week. They made their own border essentially.
so what the way I'm reading this is they are separating
From Baton.
themselves from Baton Rouge and becoming their own city.
Yes.
The wealthy can fucking do that because they're rich. Just saying.
They got to figure out their own government now, though.
What do you mean? No, it's
I mean,
just
you can't just do that.
Vote a mayor in. It's not that hard.
Well, I mean, the problem is they'll be fucking. If you don't go through the right steps to create a new city, you are just an insurgents group,
Yes.
and
That's
you're
correct.
fucked.
You're right, but there's a way to go about it, and
There's a way to create your own city. Then there's a way to create your own like country, which like governance of Chaz or whatever the fuck it was in Seattle.
Yeah, that actually is a threat. So we have
Yeah,
a
but then
soldiers, the
legally,
soldiers' creed.
It's not good.
Our soldiers' creed. We will defend this country against
Well, the
enemies,
soldiers,
foreign or domestic.
yeah, they'll
Domestic
cut
is
off
people
supply.
People that try to satiate.
that try
They'll-
to satiate and make their own country.
Or
That is
segregate.
an
They
act
will.
of
They
war.
will. They will cut off supply, and you'll just fucking die eventually, or just reassemble. Like only here in Canada do we get it with Quebec, where they threatened segregation to be like, no, we're going to be part of France. It's like, no, we'll change everything to fucking French. Worst decision ever,
Yeah.
honestly. Like, fuck that shit. A country of like several different provinces gets strong-armed by the French of all people.
Of course, it's the fucking French.
The French.
Well, I mean, you know what's funny? Every single fucking prime minister we've ever had almost is fucking French.
Yeah.
The French control Canada, even though nobody here speaks it except for fucking
The Prime Minister.
Quebec. And Montreal, Quebec everywhere.
This is an interesting match. It's gone back and forth. I think Seth's dead.
He might be.
I mean, you see these things like what they're doing, I guess, in St. George and what they did in Chaz, the Republic of Chaz, as just like indicators of a huge problem.
Yeah.
Where when you have like interstate fighting, that is, where does it go next?
Right.
You know, it's Civil
okay.
War. Civil War is where it goes next.
So I was in like one of the most liberal cities this past week in Seattle. I can tell
I just
you-
caught up. He threw a fucking
Yeah.
shovel at his face.
So we got there and we were like literally downtown. Like I could see the Space Needle. Like the Space Needle is right downtown, right? So that's where we were. So we were told in our safety briefings, just don't walk alone. Walk with a battle buddy because people will come up to you
And try to kill you.
No, well that or they will try to panhandle you. And they
What?
will like homeless people
Try to beg.
all over the fucking place in Seattle. It's a beautiful city.
Oh yeah, just keep giving money to Ukraine.
Yeah.
This is like,
It
even
isn't-
here, man,
it
it's
isn't
bad. It's bad.
Actually, I'm gonna say this about Seattle: it is very beautiful.
You know,
It's a
we've got
beautiful city.
the
It's not the cleanest, but it's a beautiful city. But I can tell you,
he's
that
throwing weapons at this motherfucker.
San Diego is beautiful. That city is clean as fuck.
Yeah. Until you get to the
It is a
homeless
very
parts.
liberal city, but it's clean down there.
So the funny part here is Ottawa is the capital. There's nobody there. There's no immigrants. There's no fuck. The streets are just empty. It's like a ghost town, right? You come down to fucking Ontario, which is the immigrant capital of the fucking world, I think. Now, the last time I went to work recently, right? Going to work, I see on the side of the road a woman dressed in like good clothing.
Oh, you see that
with a polio cane, who's just walking normally. What is happening here? Why are we opening the borders to people that are just gonna beg? They're already getting government assistance, and this is crazy.
So you know
These people are getting like $700 a week to live here for no reason, not doing anything, not contributing.
You know those fucking memes of transgender people you see all the time? This is what a liberal looks like. They are all fucking over in Seattle.
Oh my, which is crazy because I have yet to experience an environment where that is there. What I've seen here more than anything else are people that
Seth
are like,
beat Cody Rhodes.
as you see,
Heavyweight
fresh off the boat
championship.
people taking advantage of stuff, getting money every week, not having any housing, and faking being sick on the side of the road so they can get money. It's like, oh, they were beggars where they were, and you brought them here to be what? Doctors?
Seth Rollins is sitting on the casket.
And then the casket opens.
That means Cody cannot challenge anymore.
Cody cannot challenge anymore. So let's go to some news. Codes is no longer medically fit to compete after his injury has worsened to such a severe state. Doctors
like how you call
expect
them
him to make a
codes.
full recovery with time off from competition.
It's big codes.
So Cody Rhodes is out of competition for a while. So that is the end of Backlash. Pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. That's what I wanted to happen. I wanted to see what would happen. I'm gonna go from there, and I'm gonna follow the Cody Rhodes injury and see how long he is actually out for, and I'll make a decision from there.
Well, he's in a
Whether or not
casket.
something to
How many
do
people
with it.
return from that?
Huh?
Statistically, how many people return from being put in the casket?
I mean, everybody.
Well, mostly nobody. Unless you're
But
zombie
could
apocalypse.
this be the last time that Cody Rhodes is on fucking Raw?
Yes.
For a while, anyway.
We shall see. The game wrote him off TV. Who wrote him off TV? What are you
The
talking
game.
Literally,
game
the
wrote him off
computer.
Rue says, keep him wrestling. I agree with that. Bring him back, broken body.
Keep them two wrestling? No. I'm not going to keep him wrestling. There's a reason why I wanted to happen what happened.
Cody Rhodes in a gauntlet match. Let's go. Oh, God, really? Am I? I feel like I'm doing the opposite.
So that's the end of that. But yeah, we'll see. I hope. I just know that Seattle it's a beautiful city. It's not a bad city. But there are some real fucked up people out there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the fact that, like, most, like, asylums and stuff have closed,
Yeah.
they're just released
Like-
to the wild. I honestly feel like if you looked at the population, I'd say about 18 to 20% of people aren't fit to be in the population.
No.
Like just in general. Like I think mental illness and like not only legit mental illness, but also like people that just aren't mentally prepared to be in
Right.
public
Yeah.
is the percentage is pretty large, man.
Right. But other than that, I don't have anything. I do have to get up tomorrow. I'm getting a new couch, so
No shit.
yeah.
How much the couch cost?
$0.
$0.
$0.00. My uncle's
Well,
giving it
I
to
hope
me.
I get a new couch soon.
My uncle's giving it to me.
Damn, I need a new couch too. This thing is
It's
fucked.
a dual reclining love seat.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Electric motor and fucking everything.
Yeah.
electric motor.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not
Damn.
electric. It's plug it in. I think you plug it into the.
That's
electric.
electricity, baby.
Yeah, but it doesn't have a motor.
Oh, okay.
I get what you're
Okay.
saying, but it doesn't have a motor. It's not like some button you have to push to fucking crank the engine up.
The thing just starts like a lawnmower. So relaxing in my living room. It's doing its magic. Shut up.
Right? We'll be there in a half an hour.
That's cool though.
Yeah, so we're gonna pick that up and then we'll be home. the
Most
rest of the
likely
day.
HGM on Sunday, right? I
Yeah.
don't think we're doing anything tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm probably not. Like I've got
After
a bunch of
moving
family
the
up.
couch, no,
After
I ain't gonna
moving
be
the
up for
couch,
shit.
I'm not gonna be up for shit. I might be up for maybe doing the dishes tomorrow, but I don't know. We'll see.
If we do a stream, it'll be a random gaming stream where everybody's dead,
Yeah.
Yeah.
except for me. I'll be alive forever.
It could be. Are you? You don't have to work tomorrow if you want to go.
I don't have to work tomorrow. I might go live. I'll see. I'll let everybody know.
probably
They
be
did.
By
here.
letting everybody know, I'll just go live.
They did put Elder Scrolls on PS Plus.
I have like 78 games that I have not played.
So I think if you go live, we'll be here, but I don't want. I'm just saying we're probably not gonna want. I'm probably not gonna want to stream. I might not even want to play.
I may
video
not be able to
games.
move my arm.
Yeah, it'll be one of those days. But we'll be here.
We'll see. We might go live tomorrow.
We'll support your dumb ass for a couple hours.
Yes, that's all I needed. A bra.
So
Like, you're
all right.
in charge there.
So have a good night, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the show. We got a really good conversation. We also got to watch a pay-per-view and how JP books shit. That's how you do it, people.
How you do it,
Vote
people.
for me.
Vote
So
for
with
him.
that said, everybody have a great night, and we'll see you maybe tomorrow night.
Vote for Raw.
Night, everybody.
I was gonna say, you're gonna.
I'm gonna do the outro, everybody.
Jesus Christ.